Flyers, Phillies, let's talk about them. Sixers, Eagles, let's talk about them. What the Union doing? Pull up with the crew and have a drink or two and let's talk about them. This a PHI bar. Bruce Willis, we die hard. I know you feel us, cause Philly fans is the best sports fans by far. No cheating here, we gon' keep it fair. You don't like my set? Somebody help them. This the key, if we can disagree without disrespecting, everybody welcome. So what we talking about? Practice? What we talking about? Let's unpack this. Top Shelf, Sports Talk, lights, cameras, we active.
Yo, it's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk. Back on another Friday night. Max, you talk to him. I'm going to let you talk to him for a minute.
We are here tonight. We feeling good. We feeling
Yes,
good.
sir.
What we say? The best hour of the week. We're going to enjoy this best hour of the week. Break it down, you know. It's been a long week, long sports week, long work week. So we're going to tone it down. And we're gonna go. We're gonna rock out. You know how I'm going. I'm gonna get it. I know I might got some New York fans on here this week. I might got some fans that's not all Philly, but we're gonna have something special for them this week. So, and we got some announcements coming up too. I got a couple. Talk about a couple of things. So it's gonna be a good one.
All right. That's what's up. So real quick, while we get ready to get into our Eagles conversation, I know y'all seen the title. I even messed the title up a little bit, but the title says, "When will it stop?" And I'm referencing the disrespect that the Eagles are getting. The Eagles, the Sixers, even everybody talking about LeBron James and all that, not being, still title contenders and all that. But we're going to dive into the Sixers a little later on. But I want to play something real quick to get everybody's attention and see what they think about this.
Today's peers are. I think where people get tripped up today is trying to define who Jalen towards.
Hurts has to get.
So this is the ESPN first take with Chris
Canty. Jalen Hurts. If we're judging him based on who his peers are, I think where people get tripped up, Stephen A, is trying to define who Jalen Hurts' peers are. Because it's not Joe Burrow, it's not Josh Allen, and it's not Lamar Jackson, it's not any of those guys. It's not those guys. His peers are Patrick Mahomes. His peers are Eli Manning. His peers are Russell Wilson. His peers are Ben Roethlisberger. Quarterbacks in the 2000s that have been to multiple Super Bowls. Those are his peers. Don't get it twisted. Jalen Hurts is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You look at his team's success, 11 wins last year, 14 wins the year prior, 11 wins back in 2023, 14 wins in 2022, 2 Super Bowl runs. As a matter of fact, over the last 4 years, nobody, when you include the playoffs, has more wins than Jalen Hurts. He wins 76% of his games. He's 54-17. So when we start trying to define who his peers are, we have to understand his peers aren't other guys that haven't gotten 2-1 in the big game. They're just not. And so we got to stop with that compare and contrast. But when it comes to what happened last year, it absolutely is fair to characterize it as a failure or below the standard that Jalen Hurts has established for himself.
You just said Hall of.
All right, what's your thought?
I love that. I love it. It's all what it sounds like. It sounds like Chris Canty giving them some respect. It's the crazy part. Like, what you got to do to get respect around here? That's the crazy part. Like, I don't hear a lot of people talking about Jalen like that, but that's how I feel. Like, y'all talking about this man, like y'all be putting him in the wrong categories. Like, he's, he him. He QB1. Super Bowl MVP, runner. Should have got 2. Like he MVP runner up. Like he not who y'all trying to make him out to be. Like he way different than that. He way different. So I respect Christian.
I think that's the truth. I think I've been saying it all along. Like as far as anybody outside of Patrick Mahomes in this decade that we're playing in now, this era we're playing now, this group of quarterbacks that are playing now, outside of Patrick Mahomes. Nobody has done what Jalen Hurts has done. Right. Nobody. I mean, you can sit here and say, arm talent and this and that and the third, but nobody's doing what Jalen Hurts is doing and winning big games when it counts. Dak Prescott not, Justin Herbert not, Lamar Jackson not, Josh Allen not. None of these guys that you got ahead of him, Jaden Daniels not. None of these guys you got ahead of Jalen Hurts has won Super Bowls or been to a Super Bowl, with the exception of Patrick Mahomes and maybe Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow lost. So the
Right.
disrespect to me is like crazy that now, even to this day, the only way he can gain respect is if you win another Super Bowl, and that's to me. I mean, like I think he could do it, but it's absurd that he got to prove himself by winning another Super Bowl.
I don't even think that'll do it. I don't think that'll do it for folks. I think folks will still have something to say. Like, because if they haven't got it, if you don't have their respect now, I mean, come on. Another one, I don't see how another one going, because they still going to say the same thing. His offensive line, Saquon Barkley. Like, it's always, like, but Jalen is always something. But that's been his whole career. They ain't just been with the Eagles. That's who, that's who they paint Jalen is. I think that, man, I can't wait for, man, listen. I can't wait for Jalen to go crazy on him this year.
I think Jalen is definitely going to have a stellar year, like one of the crazy years that where as though everybody's gonna be like, oh, we never saw this coming. But my whole thing about it is just the fact that I can't stand to see the disrespect that he's getting because of a down year. And if you really put it in perspective and think about the down years that he's had in his career, the one when he had Brian Johnson as his QB, I mean his offensive coordinator, and yet last year with Kevin Patullo, those are two guys who never called plays. Now, don't get it wrong, what's his name, Sean
Shane
Mannion hasn't.
Steichen.
No, Sean Mannion hasn't called plays, but Sean Mannion comes from a history of good play callers. You know what I mean? The Kyle Shanahans, the Sean McVays. So he has the Matt LaFleur. He has that pedigree to know what type of plays that need to be called and what type of moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think I would, and plus if you hear everybody, that's in the Eagles uniform rave and rant about him, like the guy, he must got something going on where guys can feel comfortable with the plays that he's calling.
And to me, that's super important. I always go off of like how the players act. Like you could tell Jalen ain't like the boy last year from the Brit. Like I always go by like how the players act towards, like how they love Stoutland, and which I thought was going to be honest was going to cripple us. To be honest, right? I thought that was going to be like maybe our hit a little downfall, but from what I hear, they loving the new offensive line coordinator. So to me, that's huge because if that little bit of turmoil messed the whole that messed the whole ship up.
So real quick, I got to go in my man Smitty real quick. He over here on Instagram. The only Jalen in Philly is Jalen Brown. Is what he's saying. He's trying to say that's the only Jalen he respects because he's a Cowboy fan. Listen, you Cowboy fan, right? You're Dak Prescott, who you rate, and I'll be honest, I'm about to go in on him about Dak Prescott, but he really don't care about Dak Prescott. He doesn't really like Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott, he has never been nowhere where Jalen has been. So you got to respect that Jalen. Until Dak get to that point, don't disrespect Jalen. You know what I mean? So you Cowboy fan, you go in with all that nonsense. Jalen Brown is the only Jalen you respect. Jalen Hurts has done things that your starting quarterback hasn't done. Matter of fact, y'all haven't seen a Super Bowl since you was a kid, since you was in diapers.
I don't even know why.
VHS.
I don't even know why a Cowboy fan would come on here.
What up, Tasha?
Like, I don't know what a Cowboy fan have to say right now. Like, which is the next year again? Like, is next year? Is our
next
year?
It's always next year. Next year.
Listen,
he comes back on here and says, "You know how I feel." I said that in the beginning before I went off on him about Dak Prescott. I know how you don't like Dak Prescott. I know you think Dak Prescott is trash, but I'm just telling you, like, don't come on here talking about Jalen Brown. I mean, that's my man. That's my teammate. You know what I mean? That's from the Sixers, but don't disrespect Jalen Hurts. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I get when these Cowboy guys come on here, I get animated.
Listen, Cowboy fans, we do them so dirty, And you know how I feel about Philly. You know what I'm on right now. You know I really I love to go in on them, but I love to go on anybody that's not Philly. But they not even like, I don't even be feeling like they worth it. Like, I love going in on the Knicks. I love going in on Kansas City. Like, I love going on the Rams. Like, come on, man. Like, the Cowboys JV. They ain't even like, y'all JV.
Yeah.
Y'all not like, we're not worried about our division. Like, that's crazy.
But keeping it real though, they had the best offense one of the best offense in the league last year. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That counts for something, right?
Yeah, but
I
they
mean,
Dallas.
even though you got Dak Prescott, as your quarterback, and you got last year you had a nasty defense. I mean, we're not here to break down the Cowboys, but I'm just saying, like, y'all can come on here and talk trash, but I'm gonna keep it real, but I'm gonna talk trash to you because the Cowboys, to me, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you pan out, they suck. They'll start off fast, like they'll have everybody believing this year when they start the season because they're gonna start the season on fire.
And they
Midway
always
through,
got something great. They always got something great. They always got like a great receiver, a great defensive player, a great quarterback. Like, somebody always having a great season, but they still Dallas, and they gonna Dallas at the end. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna front. The boy Stephen A. He be on some other stuff sometimes. But when he be saying like Dallas gonna do Dallas things at the end, like, that's real. Like, it's crazy. Like, it don't matter who doing good or whatever. Micah Parsons, it don't matter who you got. At the end of the day, Dallas gonna do Dallas. Like, I got more faith in the Giants than Dallas, and it's crazy because I know Dallas got a better team. I know Dallas got a better team than the Giants, but it's just that I'd rather trust Harbaugh in his trying to bring a vibe to the city over Dallas in their same old same old.
Man, listen, as long as Dallas, the funny thing is, I even stopped worrying about if they beat us. They can beat us. Cool with that. The thing I'm worried about is as long as they don't go to the playoffs or go far or further than us in the playoffs, I'm cool after that. As long as they
Yeah.
lose, I'm cool. That's how much I hate them guys, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, it ain't really. It's hard to hate on. It's more. It's the fan. It's the fans, man. Because it's hard to hate on Dallas because they've been trash for so long right now. Like, I got a cousin. He probably. I don't know if he gonna hit tonight, but man, Thanksgiving, every Thanksgiving, man. I love him to death, but every Thanksgiving I gotta see him talk this Dallas crap. He born and raised in Philly. Like, look like me and everything. It'd be wild. It'd be wild. it'd be wild.
We
Love
played
this
them on
Dallas.
Thanksgiving. We
Yeah,
played them on Thanksgiving.
That's Dallas fans and my family, the Dallas fans. When we meet up for Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving probably get canceled this year. I don't know. I just don't see them wanting to.
Thanksgiving.
I don't see them wanting to be a part of that. That's gonna
Wrong button. My bad. You can't cancel Thanksgiving. Like,
yo,
not the game.
it's gonna be ugly for them Dallas fans that's in Philly.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So, hypothetically speaking, one thing, are you hosting Thanksgiving?
I'm not sure yet.
If you were to host Thanksgiving, and what is it? I guess a 4:25 game, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the game of the night. No, it'll probably be depending on the record. It might be a night game because it'll probably be the game of the evening or the day or whatever the case may be. If the Eagles just so happen to lose, I know which I don't think there is, but if the Eagles just so happen to lose, are you kicking everybody out? Everybody got to go. Don't take no food or nothing. Just get out.
Just because it's Dallas, no. Anybody else, I say yeah. But because it's Dallas, no. Like, they so trash. It's like, even if they beat us right now, look, I ain't gonna.
That ain't what Kyra said.
Listen,
Kyra said everybody got to go.
she might be a little bit more diehard than I am, though. I ain't gonna front. But no.
All right. So who you kicking out over losing the game with things? What team? What team would you do?
The Rams and the Giants. The Rams and the Giants. We better not lose to no Giants. What? Because the whole Saquon thing, and it's like they beneath us. But they trying to. It's like I feel like the Giants trying to, and they won recently. Like, they won in the last 20 years. So like, they different than them Cowboys.
So all right, so let me ask this. What's the problem with the Rams? What's the problem with the Rams?
Is that they think they on our level, and we don't do nothing but destroy them.
I mean, so then you shouldn't care.
They act like they bigger than what they are. I don't like that. Like, we Philly, and we not really for that.
I'm with you, man. Like I like, listen, man. The Cowboys is it. I don't give a damn what the Cowboys doing. Cowboys last year they had the best offense in the league. If they win against us on Thanksgiving, I might say everybody got to pack their little bags to go, man. It's time. Party over. Like, I can't. Like, just
Maine, I say that what Maine said about the Rams. I say the Rams because they got a good team. Like, because they got a good team. To be honest, I'm gonna be real honest. The more of a threat, the more angry I'll be, the more pissed off I'll be. And the Rams is a real threat, I think. Cowboys not no threat. That's why I don't care if they like. All right, I feel like it's a division game. Y'all gonna get one. We play y'all twice. Y'all gonna get one. That's just how I go. Like, but we don't care about y'all. Y'all not at the end. Y'all not gonna matter. The Rams matter. Chicago might matter. Chicago, I would be pissed.
I'm with you, Kyra. I don't care about nobody else but the Rams. Now let me say this, and maybe in a little bit of a defense to you, it would probably depend on how they lost. So like, if they played the Chargers on Thanksgiving, like the loss they had against the Chargers last year on Thanksgiving, if that was a game on Thanksgiving, yes, I would have been mad. I would have been mad because the way they lost against that Chargers game was crazy.
I'll say this about the Thanksgiving game. I hope we don't play them at 8:00. I know that. That's what I hope, because I hate the night Thanksgiving game. Like, I hate for that for the Eagles. Like, we be all tired. You know how we are. We gonna be tired and all that. By the game, halftime the game gonna be trying to look at us. Like, it's crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But it's the Cowboys, so you know that whole little thing. They gonna have an offense, so they probably stick around, and the fourth quarter coming, and they just do Dallas things and lose. So we gonna stay up for it, but it's gonna be a rough one to watch.
I think it's gonna be a 425 game because they usually try to. I think whoever plays that night usually is a West Coast team, and you know, they try to keep that to keep the time frame going. But I think it's gonna be a 425 game, which, like I said, that's around time to serve dinner, say grace, and all that. You might be looking at folks like, especially if they start off slow, and people going back to seconds. You might be like, "Yo, bro, listen, you might have to take that to get up out of here." You know what I'm saying? Like, because this ain't.
Listen, Kyrie, you know exactly who I'm talking about. We got our family members that Cowboy fans. They loud and vocal too. Like, if we around them and the Cowboys win, they ain't kicking us out because we probably wouldn't be home, but we might have to leave. like, because they ain't quiet about it, But that's their Super Bowl, so I understand. Like, all right, man, y'all, go ahead. To me, it's like, go ahead, ride down the slide, Respucia. Like,
slide, Respucia. Okay,
that's the
like
Cowboys.
Like, I like that.
Right, man.
All right, that works. That's the one team, to be honest. Like, in all honesty, that's the one team that I sit there and be like, nah, I can't. I just hate losing the Cowboys. Like, even though, like, when I first started working in my industry, I worked at the hospital in Philly. And Kyra and I used to work in Einstein with her. And the funny thing is that I had so many Cowboy fans in that spot, man. Like, Monday mornings was hell if the Eagles lost. It was hell. Like, it was a rough day on Monday if the Eagles lost. The whole week was terrible, to be honest, because like they people don't let go when they win. You know what I'm saying? And it was rough, man. So that's a lot of the reason why I hate them, especially when I was a kid and I used to watch them play the Eagles and they would slaughter the Eagles. I'd be like, I hate that team, man. I hate. And my grandma would be sitting there, she'd be laughing and pointing at me and laughing. She liked the Eagles, but she would, how when you're a kid and you watching your favorite team play and they losing, she would do it with the Sixers and the Eagles, and she was saying like them bums and this and that. I'm like, I'd be looking at that man like if you don't be quiet, like that's why you doing that.
For me, it's not. For me, I mean, it usually be the Cowboys, but like I said, they so trash now. For me, I hate to lose to the Cowboys. The Rams too. The Rams, the Cowboys, and it used to be San Francisco, but I mean, sometimes San Francisco too. I don't know if Oni on here, but what Tunchi, the boy used to live across the street from you, Mark. These San Francisco fans, they be drawn to, like, they right up there. I think the San Francisco fans right behind. It's always the teams that used to win since since we was kids, like 40 years ago. Those are the ones, like the Sanford is. This is what I hate: Cowboy fans, San Francisco fans, and Michael Jordan fans. Those three, those three, those are my top three.
Yo, there we go with that Jordan. I got something on that though. I ain't even going, you know what I'm saying? Like, there we go with that Jordan slander. I don't mind them being diehard because I am, but to lose to the Cowboys is horrible. The fans are the worst, just like the Knicks fans. Say, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't share the same feeling about the Knicks fans because I don't really. I guess I'm not around them a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care. And my, my folks is from New York. My dad and his side of the family, everybody from New York. My uncle, he'll call me if the Knicks. Actually, when the Knicks swept the Sixers, he called and talked his little trash. But I guess I can. I don't care. Like, as long as you ain't no Cowboy fan. Like, when you talk to me about a Cowboy fan, that's when I get upset. But the Knicks, I don't really care about the Knicks.
No, I hate the Knicks fans. I hate the Knicks fans. But I think I realized why. I was thinking about this. Like, why you hate the Knicks fans, Snack? I hate the Knicks fans. Why you hate them? So I hate them because they can talk as slick as we can. I think that's the problem with the Knicks fan, is because they slick as we are. Like, they when they give it to you, they're gonna give it to you just as bad as we can. And not really, there's not too many people who can do that. Because we just different. Like, we good. Like, we good at that. Like, we really good at, like, snapping back. We really good at, like, the dozens. We really good at that kind of stuff. But the Knicks right there. And I mean, they slick talkers though, and I think that's why the Knicks is like, yeah, like they bad. Like they because they're gonna say everything that you say. They're gonna say everything a Philly person is saying. So the Knicks is actually probably too close to us. That's why they so much like us that they'd be like, oh man.
See, I can accept it. You know what I'm saying? Because Knicks and prior to this year, them winning the championship, the Knicks and the Sixers are the same.
I
So
see that.
and for years even before that, we was dogging the Knicks. So like, all right, y'all built y'all team, y'all did what y'all did, and y'all won a championship. Kudos and congratulations to y'all. I respect that 100%. You know what I mean? Y'all built it from the mud up, even though y'all built it with a Philly college-based team, but that's cool. It still is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, because that, if you really want to get on a Knicks fan, you know what you should say? Half your team came from Philly. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Half your team is from my city. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't win this because y'all had New York
I,
players or other players from different cities. Y'all had Philly players on y'all team.
I actually like that. Usually, if I don't come up with the idea, I kind of go against it a little bit. But that's a good one, more. I think I'm gonna start using that. Like,
Yeah,
all right,
that's all you got to do to get back at it. You get under their skin. Listen, you Villanova, the what they call them, the Nova Knicks. That's what they was calling them. They was calling them the Nova Knicks. Say the Nova Knicks won this championship, not the New York Knicks, the Nova Knicks, Villanova Knicks.
if my folks
Yeah.
not on here, I'm gonna text them. If not tonight, tomorrow, because I'm gonna let them know, like, you know what, I hate y'all a little less because y'all the Nova Knicks.
I guarantee he look at you like, man, shut up, man. So what? You know what I mean? It don't matter. We won a chip. That's all people gonna say. But the truth is the truth. You know what I mean? They the Nova Knicks. You know what I mean? And they was really the Nova Knicks before they traded Dante DiVincenzo.
Philly like
You
the
know what I mean? They
Africa,
was
man.
really.
Philly like Africa. Everything, like everything boring here. We just don't. They don't try to give us the credit. Like, we know
Yeah.
we know who Jalen Hurts is. We know what he is. Like, come on, man. Even the GOAT. Like, that's crazy. The GOAT conversation. Even everybody talk about the GOAT conversation. It's starting in Philly. Like, it's Will. Yeah, everybody, the Michael Jordan, the Bill Russell, even the LeBron James. Like, man, that's a Philly thing. That's the GOAT.
Let me ask you this now. Do you think that people are saying what's the GOAT of the era of certain eras and not just the overall?
No, I know. Well, I think they do that, but I think people just brainwash. I think Jordan was made the GOAT by the NBA. I don't think he earned that GOAT status. I think Wilt. I think Wilt earned that GOAT status from day one. Numbers wise, I'm talking about numbers wise. Numbers wise, like no, Jordan couldn't never put up like Wilt number. Nobody put up Wilt numbers, even to this day. Nobody. Jokic, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq. It don't matter. Nobody put up Wilt numbers. So that's
Give me a Will
crazy.
stat
So
line. Give me a Will stat line.
he averaged 30 and 20 for a year. A season
But
he
he was
averaged 30 and 20.
he was
Huh?
7'6". He was
I
7'6".
don't care. I don't care.
I mean, it's no. It's, so here's the point. What I'm saying, and I'm not. Please,
Bill
I'm not.
Russell.
I'm not.
He played against Bill Russell.
Yeah,
He
but I'm
played
not. I'm
against.
not diminishing. No, I'm not diminishing none of his stats. I'm saying in general, like his height, and even like with Bill Russell, because Bill Russell he was averaging over 10 rebounds. You got to realize back then in that era, in that time of basketball, it was position basketball. So you wasn't having guards and shooting guards down low trying to grab rebounds. It was centers, power forwards, maybe even a small forward every now and then. But you had centers that truly just sat down there, block shots, grab rebounds. Now, don't get it wrong, Wilt did average, we averaged. But I'm just saying, for the most part, they were down there grabbing rebounds. So
Yeah,
the,
but
the, the 24, I get what you're saying, but I
he
think
led
of
the
his
league in
era,
assists. He led the league in
he
assists.
led the league in.
He led the league in assists, and he's center. Like, come on, like he literally did whatever he wanted on the court. Now I ain't never seen nobody do that. I love LeBron. I think when Miami got a chance to be like that, but I never seen that. Like we see, Jordan
I
had to
don't think,
work.
I don't even think, do you think that Wembanyama can grab 24 rebounds, average 24 rebounds a game?
Yeah,
I don't think he can, because I think
if
it's
he
too
put on,
it's too much.
if he put on more muscle.
And he could be the biggest dude out there. I mean, I don't think he's still gonna grab 24 rebounds a game.
Jokic,
I
Jokic,
think number. Go ahead.
Jokic be up there though. Jokic be having them kind of games. But
No,
I think Jokic,
average it.
Jokic,
Like he could have it a game, like average it. Like I'm saying, he averaged that.
no, I mean
Can he
nobody.
average?
That's the thing. So Kareem, LeBron broke his record. Every record, Jordan, like every record you hear people break it. Nobody's gonna break Kareem Wilt's records. Like 30 and 20, that might happen, but it'll be wow. But he also averaged 50 a season. That's not gonna happen.
No. All right, hold on. All right, we got off of football. Let's
Oh
finish
yeah,
up with
right.
the Eagles because we getting into basketball next with the Sixers and everything else, and that Kawhi situation too. But getting back to football, the disrespect of Jalen Hurts and what we think. So, what kind of year does Jalen Hurts need to have in order to shut the critics up, the naysayers, and whoever else up?
So and I like, and I'm going to copy a little bit because I feel the same way as the boy Canty that was talking on ESPN. Um, I think anything less than like a Super Bowl run, like a Super Bowl, like probably getting to the Super Bowl, is a failure because of where he is. Like, and people, I don't know. It's just that he's so good that anything like you should. There's no way you shouldn't be. There's no way we shouldn't be going to because that's just. You know what he say? You know what he say? Pay the rent or keep the standard. The standard. That's his standard. His standard is there. Like we talked about last year was a terrible season. They still went to the playoff. Like you talk about other people play terrible seasons, they don't even make the playoff. Like his terrible season make the playoff. That's crazy if you think about it. If you literally think about it, think about Dak terrible seasons. He's not making the playoffs.
You know what's crazy about that? Even last year that he made the playoffs, the fact that I didn't even pay attention to the fact that this was his first home loss in the playoffs under him and Nick Sirianni's tenure. Like, this is the first time they lost at home in the playoffs in his career under him and Nick Sirianni.
That's crazy.
Like there's no other quarterback that can say that.
This is what I'll say about Jalen. I think I used to get real mad about people, and I still do. I ain't gonna lie, because I hate when people be talking about Jalen. That's my guy, and he win for me. Like I don't know what more. I don't know what more a player could do for me than win me a Super Bowl and be winning like he be winning. I don't know what more people want. Like, all right, you might want him to look pretty, but I'd rather win. So he's giving me more than what I can, anybody ever gave me as a quarterback. I ain't never get more than what Jalen gave us. But I think Jalen on the path, and people gonna grind me up for saying this. I already know, but what they doing to Jalen is the same thing that they was doing with Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady was winning, and they were saying Bill Belichick and the defense, they was doing all that to Tom Brady, and they were saying, yeah, but Peyton Manning is a better quarterback. They was ragging Tom Brady because Peyton Manning was slinging that thing, and even Brett Favre at that time, the quarterback that was slinging it, they was kind of putting them ahead of Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady was right. But I think, and then at the end of the day, you see what happened. Tom, come out. Tom, I think Brady on that. Not Brady. I think Jalen on that. Everybody talk about him, and he just keep winning. That ain't gonna do nothing but make him keep winning. And and we're gonna be talking about this. They're gonna really hate. You know how much the Philly hate, the haters that hate Jalen for him to win another Super Bowl and really play like he been playing. They're gonna hate that so much because they said he's not gonna give them what they want though. He's not gonna make it look pretty. He's still gonna win his way. He a system.
No,
ball. So he,
you know what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to go out and do everything that the people say he couldn't do. You know what I mean? I think he's going to go out there they've been practicing throwing over the middle. I think he's going to go out there and torch the middle.
yeah.
I think he's going to go out there, throw the ball deep because he got deep threats with Devontae Smith and Hollywood Brown. Even though I don't hear too much about Hollywood Brown, but the boy Wick David, I think he's going to light it up. I think this offense, to me, the way they talk about it, the way the team talks about it and praises it, I think this is going to be one of the most well-balanced offense you're going to see around the league. And I think a lot of the league is not going to be ready for what kind of Jalen Hurts you're going to see. I think you're going to see a whole totally different, fun-having Jalen. I think he's going to be out there having fun. You're going to see him smiling. You're going to see him laughing and joking. I think you're going to see him doing a lot of things that you've never seen him do before because a lot of that pressure he had on him has been lifted.
Yeah, because they got the weirdo going. The weirdo is going. that weight that you talk. That weight that you talking about. They got a name. It's called AJ Brown. That's the weight that you talking about.
The issue is I'm gonna address that. The issue is we're going to get another Super Bowl and they still going to financially to disregard his talent. That's what they're going to do. But see, here's the thing. I've heard a lot of people say if he wins another Super Bowl, then they'll put him in the class of the guys that they got ahead of him, which to me he surpassed them. But that's what people would say. I think people would say, all right, Jalen Hurts is truly one of them. You know what I mean? Because he's been to 3 Super Bowls, and if he wins 2, that's 2 more than everybody that's in front of him that has a setback from home.
They're gonna start praising the coordinator. Sean Manion's a genius like McVay.
No, they're gonna have Sean Mannion moments. They're gonna have Nick Sirianni. They're gonna have everybody else. But I'm telling you, if Jalen Hurts goes against, let's say he goes against Josh Allen in the Super Bowl, and he tortures Josh Allen in the Super Bowl,
like he do in the regular season.
You cannot say that. Exactly. You see, you cannot sit there and say that man doesn't perform on the highest level against the best competition. So you can sit there and lie to yourself and say, it's because of so and so, it's because of this. But it's really because of his talent. Now you sit there and say the weirdo bull going. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm confident in our team the way it's built now, the way it's constructed now. I'm very confident in it. So don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way. But if the weirdo bull was a part of this team right now, the odds of losing or winning the championship is that much greater. Because he is that much of a talent that you can't deny that guy on a football field. And if he was just a little bit less, self-centered and worried about himself, if he was a little bit more team orientated, and with the roster we got right now, we will win a Super Bowl.
If what the boy Dean what the boy Dean say? No, chat. No, he if but he ain't. He if but he ain't. I ain't, man. Yeah, we would. He's a good player, but he ain't no. Dean say ain't nobody bigger than the program. Chat. You ain't bigger than the program, cut.
No,
Like how?
I'm
And that's
I'm not knocking. You're absolutely right. Ain't nobody bigger than the program.
so that makes us better. Like I think in the long run because we seen with him we didn't win. We won a Super Bowl and we didn't win. He acting like a diva, we didn't win. The year that he wasn't acting like a diva, we won. All right, now we don't. He not here, and we see what happens.
Wait. We didn't lose. We didn't lose the Super Bowl because of him.
Right? No, right? We did, but I'm just saying. I think he screwed up our team a lot. I think our biggest issue was the play calling was Patullo. I ain't gonna put. I put way more on Patullo than AJ, but I just think AJ and Patullo that mix was crazy. Like it was just too much to overcome.
Yeah, he
And I
don't get
see.
the respect that he deserves. He got the numbers. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stan.
Now I see Sue on here. Sue Hela talking about Goldberg. Go ahead, Sue.
Shit, Eagles fan.
Yeah. Listen, everybody you see with that last name, that my last name ain't gonna be Bird fan.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta check, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying?
I don't
But
allow
you
that
know,
I don't allow that in my immediate household. That's not allowed.
okay. I hear that. Hey, but listen, Kyra, he don't get the respect with the numbers, and he got the respect of the coaches. Just if you talk to people, not even talk to people, but if you listen to people around the league, everybody around the league says Jalen Hurts is just a professional player, and he likes to win, and he's talented, he's good. You know what I mean? He can play football. What a lot of people criticize him on is because he doesn't play the style of football that they think he should play. You know what I'm saying? They think he should be slinging the ball. He should be, pause. He should be doing all kind of, whatever it is that they want him to do, the flashy, winning football games instead of being conservative and not throwing the 50-50 ball at times where, you got Josh Allen who's going to throw it and going to cause his team an interception to possibly lose the game. Jalen Hurts not throwing that ball. If I'm going to lose the game, if we're going to lose the game, it ain't going to be on me, is what Jalen Hurts said. It ain't my fault. Even though sometimes like that Super Bowl, you could blame the fumble on him. You could blame the fact that he fumbled the ball. But I think the reason why they lost that Super Bowl is that holding call on James Bradbury.
That's
If
why
they
they lost.
never call that call, I think they win. They have 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but that's exactly why they lost. Is that help call. Everybody knows that Bradbury is the reason we lost that.
Everyone knows that Jalen professional. The parameters the league looks at him as a Russell Wilson 2.0. I never saw that kind of before. Like I've never saw nobody compare him to Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: if you want to say, if you want to compare him to Russell Wilson now, think about this: if Pete Carroll would have ran the ball with, what's his name, the Beast Mode, they win 2 Super Bowls. So if that's the comparison, then I'll take it.
No, so who that Westfield Worldwide? I think the crazy part about that is I think you're right. I do think that I honestly feel like they was trying to put him in a Russell Wilson mode, but I actually think he better than Russell Wilson. But they was trying to. I think they still do. They try to play it like they was trying to make it like Russell Wilson was better than like they. Nobody like I don't think no quarter. I don't think Jalen. They never put Jalen Hurts in the Russell Wilson category, even though he was better than him. And I think that's a good comp for him. But they still was doing that whole like Wilson better, and it wasn't. I think people. I mean, because of the way it's ended, but I think they was giving Russell Wilson way more credit than to people. It looked a little more flashy.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the flashiness of a quarterback is the reason why you will put one quarterback over the other. Like if one quarterback is playing a basic style of football but he's winning, you don't root for that quarterback. You think that quarterback is limited. But if another guy is slinging and throwing throwing a deep ball or throwing a 50-50 ball or whatever the case may be, you tend to gravitate to that more because you like the way it looks. But that particular quarterback is losing. I mean, Lamar Jackson is one of the, he's one of the premier quarterbacks in the league. He can throw the ball, he can run, he can do just about everything on the field that a quarterback can do. what it's supposed to do, but he doesn't win. You know what I mean? But he's considered a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. But when it comes down to it, and I just saw this the other day. Matter of fact, we was on here. I think one of our first shows. We was talking about the MVP award. And my thing is that the MVP award is supposed to be an individual award, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Shady even said it. They don't announce the winner of the MVP award until the playoff, until you get into the playoffs. So how is that an MVP if it's not announced until you get in the playoffs?
Yeah, you know that they let that linger. They don't judge that right. They don't judge that correctly.
Yeah, text me an article. But I didn't see that. His personality is more stoic than Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is more. I think Russell
Hollywood.
might be a little bit more cheerful than Jalen Hurts. But yeah, text me that article. Text me that article.
Russell Wilson come across. I ain't saying he like this, but he come across as you give him a check, he'll tap dance for you. Jalen Hurts is way more like, no, I'm gonna stand on my word type dude. Like, I Jalen Brown. I feel like Jalen Hurts is similar to Jalen Brown, and it's funny, it's funny because I feel like Jalen Brown is blackballed because of the way he is, and I feel like it's the same thing happened to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I can get that. I think Jalen Brown is he's more about the community. In fact, we're gonna get into the Sixers in a few minutes because he just had his press conference and he did it. He did it at high school or something, right?
You know, he did it at Myers Recreational
Okay,
in
yeah. So he
Southwest.
wanted to be in the community to do his press conference, opposed to being at the stadium and being around, the post of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Jalen Hurts doing that, but on a different scale. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely see Jalen Hurts trying to be involved in the city to keep them a part of what's going on because a lot of times these kids they don't see nobody like that close up in person. So like I can see the comparison between him and Jalen Brown.
I think what it is, what it really comes down to both of them Jalen's is that they're actually really genuine men. They're genuine and good black men who want to see our community do better. And I don't think you get that all the time. With athletes, you get a lot of they money and they doing what athletes do by, you know. But coming to do that thing at Myers Recreational, you don't even know Philly, and you going to Myers like I seen shootouts at Myers. Like it's crazy you at Myers like. I think that was super dope. But Jalen is just like that, and I think that comes across with both of them. And to be honest, it's not too many. I don't think there's another player on the Sixers that's like that. And I know with the Eagles, I do think there's a couple people in the Eagles like that though. And it's crazy because it's not all black people, but like I think Lane like that. Jason Kelsey, I think like that. But
I
it's
think there
crazy.
might be another person on the Eagles. I mean Sixers that would do that.
Who?
I think Maxey would do it.
See the difference with Maxie, I think, is I just I just get more mature vibes from Jalen Brown, and I think he just know more, and it's more about a cause to him versus Maxie is
Well,
I,
Maxey's still young.
right, and I think that plays a big part in that because I think Maxie might be that, especially being around LeBron and Jalen Brown, but it don't mean as much to him as it's going to mean to Jalen Brown because Jalen Brown's super woke, like he one of those.
Hmm. Yeah, he got ran out of a city because of it.
Yeah, which is the best thing. And it's crazy. I don't want to see. We're gonna go there in a minute because I don't want to venture too off because I got a lot to say about Jalen Brown and Embiid.
No. We
But
can get on that Sixers talk right now. Let's get on it. Unless you got something else to say about the Eagles.
but before with the Eagles, there's a couple things I wanted to do, and I don't know how many people are right now, but I do know we want to talk about we want we want to do a fantasy football league, and we want to make sure that anybody that's on could be a part of it. So if you on now and you want to be a part of the fantasy league, definitely put it in there. Put it in the chat. Let us know so we can kind of go back to that and reach out when
So
we ready to put these teams together.
So Maurice, if you on here, you know what I mean, we're gonna put a link together, post it. That way everybody that want to be a part of it, you know what I mean, can sign up for it and be a part of that league. And like you said, we're gonna have some giveaways. We might have some during the week. I mean, but overall in the championship, whoever wins that championship, we definitely gonna have something for that person too.
It
Yeah,
definitely
I got you, brother. I got it.
for fantasy football, definitely got to be trophy involved. I'm all in. I'm about a trophy. I ain't gonna hold you. I like to show off when I win, and I expect to win. So I'm actually gonna reach out. I meant to do it this time. I'm gonna reach out to Elijah too, because he's what you know. You,
You
you
gonna
know I'm
win?
tight. That's what I do.
You just gonna
I'm a
count
smart
everybody
brother.
out. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how that works. Because
Yeah.
you also the smart brother that said he don't know how to draft.
Who? I know how to draft. I don't know how to draft.
Yeah, you said you don't draft. You don't be drafting right. And so therefore, at the end of the season, you like them Cowboys. You start off fast, and then you be wheezing in the back.
No, but listen, that's when that's when I don't be putting my all into it. When I like in the cut picks. Like I know how to. Those the ones that last. Like the big names. Those big names don't be lasting. We'll
So
see.
so so for our draft, you want to do a live draft? Like, what I mean, maybe, because I think I can get like up to, I don't know how many people I can get on here, but maybe we just do a live draft on like Facebook or something like that. Maybe a lot of people come on there. Like we just have like a panel or something.
Yeah, we definitely should do that. Talking about live, people, y'all, if people that's on here that's commenting and all that, keep that going because we're gonna do a live show, and when we do a live show, we're gonna definitely, put an invite out there to some folks and see, who want to come on. So it's all about, the interaction that we have, and y'all be in here getting it in. So, I
Yeah.
definitely want to see some folks live, doing what we do.
Jalen Brown is really a different dude. Like I think that the him being in Philly, him seeing how Philly operates, him being in the inner city, I think that goes way more, a way longer way than Boston. Boston is a little bit more. I'm not saying that they don't have the inner city, but I think Boston is more of
Racist.
the other crowd. You know what I mean? So I think that is as much as he did for them, as much as he put together for them. I think that it probably wasn't always a benefit to the people that look like him. So I think with Philly, he'll see a lot of that, and he'll be a part of a lot of that, and then it'll make a whole lot of sense for him, and then everybody else that comes in to be a part of the organization because they'll see what Jalen Brown is doing.
Man, I actually think I don't know where's. Do you know where Jalen Brown from?
No, I would have to look it up. I'm not sure
So
exactly where.
because Boston, and this is for LeBron too, because Brown from Cleveland, he played in L.A., he played in Miami. Brown never played for a fan base like Philly. He never played for a fan base like Philly, and I think that's going to be crazy for him. And I think Jalen Brown is the same way. But like yo, like is because it's really, to be honest, the Sixers is like hood. Like the Sixers is hood. Like they accepted in the hood. Like the Eagles not like that. The
He's from
Eagles is
Marietta,
hood.
Georgia.
Uh, yeah, so Philly gonna be big to Jalen. Like it's going because he ain't never seen that like this. Like it's a big city, but it got that. It's like we one community. It's like we're one community. And I don't want to say black community because it's like that's not for Philly is a Philly community where the blacks and white mix. Like that's the Philly thing. Like that mix of us, that Northeast and West Philly, right? That that Fishtown and that South Philly and Germantown, or that Southwest and South Philly. Like that mix be crazy in Philly. And I think it's gonna be. I think Jalen Brown gonna love Philly. I think that's gonna be the best thing that ever happened to him. I think
Right.
LeBron, he's so big that I just think it's gonna blow him away. Like, dang, this is because they're gonna win. We win a championship. They're gonna like because both of them won championships before. I know we won the championships. They'll say, except maybe Brown with Cleveland, but they'll say nothing can touch this championship because like it's the AI impact.
You know what will blow it out for LeBron is if LeBron came to Philly when he's doing his press conference and went to the inner city somewhere, maybe a high school or something. Maybe he has to do it at a college or something with a little bit more security or whatever. But so if he came to Philly and did it not at the stadium, not at the the complex where they practice at. But if he went to like a Villanova, not even no, he had to go to like a LaSalle, like a St. Joe's, like somewhere like that, and did his press conference. That would be, or his his press conference. That would be crazy. I don't know if
Brian,
he is doing that, but that would get him. Like, I know he's already accepted in the city because he's LeBron and he's coming to Philly. Like, that's just enough. But for him to touch the fans, because a lot of like he's on his way out, and for him to touch the fans in a way that like, and I'm not saying like AI when he was playing here, even though he was beloved by Philly fans, AI was arrogant. You couldn't get next to AI. AI looked at you like, get out of here, man. But like Jaylen Brown likes to be around the people. And I think LeBron likes to. I don't think he. I think he likes to be around people. I just don't think he can afford to be around people because he's too big of a name.
that's what I was going to say. I think, I love what Jaylen Brown did. I just don't think LeBron can do that. I just think he's too big to do that. I don't. LeBron can't go to, like you said, maybe a Villanova or something like that. But like, he would have to. He's too big. It would cause too much of a commotion. Like that's. I don't see him going to a regular place in Philly and like
It
being
would, it
regular.
would, it would be dope if he did. Like, I mean, like I said, I don't know if it would happen. None of us never know. He could surprise us all and be in Larry's where Kobe was at.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't got Brian doing all that kind of stuff. Even if he wants to, I don't. I just. And it's crazy because I think he probably is going to end up doing a lot of Philly stuff. I'm like, damn, that's Brian doing that, like in Redden Terminal or at, at Larry's. I think he's going to do stuff like that, and it's going to be like,
But if you think about it, because he's not living in Philly, right? He's not going to live in Philly, so he's not going to really be in the Philly community like that. So the only way that these fans can really touch and observe and see a LeBron in person, because you can't, nobody right now that's an average casual fan of the 76ers can afford to go to a game right now. These games are going to be crazy astronomical prices. And like where last year you could have got a ticket for probably $50 because people was like, I'm tired of these guys. Like, here's a ticket. Here's my ticket. You're not going to be able to go to a game now. So it would be cool if LeBron said, you know what, I'll do something in the city whereas though, because he's going to have protection. Just about everybody, that somebody in the city going to bring everybody together to make sure nobody does anything. So it would be better for him to do it like that because he's not going to be touched during the season.
yeah, it's LeBron just too big. But I mean, like you said, he got bread, and he got like he got like Charlie Mack. And what's it called? JJ Redick lived in New York when he played here. Wilt Chamberlain lived in New York when he played here. There's a couple, but I don't. I mean, a lot of our players don't live in Philly. Some of them live in Jersey. The main line, I guess they can call that Philly, like Lower Marion.
I don't live in Philly now because Jersey's too hot. I remember AI used to live up by Kenwood. Like, I
Yeah,
used to see AI when I used to do. I did heating and air conditioning installs on the main line, and I used to see AI every day around 3 o'clock, going to the game or practice. You used to see that yellow Bentley riding around the street.
yeah.
I think people don't think this of him, but I'm not going to say he don't want to. I think LeBron would want to. I think LeBron would want to be a part of. Like,
Yeah.
I think LeBron is one of them type of people that looked at Jaylen Brown and said, man, you went to the city and like you really went into the city and did your press conference. That's dope. Like, you really was able to touch some of the people. Like, some of the people that's not going to be able to see us in the game, you was there touching them and talking to them and then taking pictures with them. That's dope. Like, I may not be able to do that at Rec Center, but maybe I can go to like St. Joe's and just what I mean, or Temple, what I mean, lock it down to where as though the security is there, but I can have North Philly kids inside the building.
So everybody know that Maxie played a huge part of Brian coming here because that's his homie and everything. I think what you saying going to lead to something that people don't expect. I think Jaylen Brown going to end up him and LeBron probably going to end up best friends. or like that's going to be his old head because that what you talking about, like LeBron is on that, like, but I feel like he's just too big to do what Jalen do. He wish he can do with that King Sesson thing, but he just can't. He just can't. Like, he just too big, and the way his career, the way his greatness is set up, he just can't right at this point in his career. So I think he lives through him, and I think he gonna, like you said, he gonna be like, yo, that's dope, and I think he gonna see. But I think that's Jaylen Brown naturally. So I think Jaylen Brown gonna keep doing that, and I think whenever you win, you got to have a good bond, like a good chemistry. And I think that's what's going to bring our chemistry together. Is like Bron and Jalen is on the same thing. Like Embiid and Maxey, and the only other player, the last Sixer that was community like that, and like genuinely was like that, and not just like. And I ain't even going to put Maxey in there because he's so young that I don't think that's on his mind like that. Was Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was like big in the community, but Joel never been like a community boy or Maxie or like none of our stars. Like, I don't know the last time we had a star. Even AI, like you said, he was AI, but he wasn't like super community boy.
No, he wasn't. He was never a community boy. He played basketball in a city that we all grew up in, and he was respected for the hustle and the grit that he showed on the court. But as far as him coming, the only time I remember him coming to the city when he came up Parkside to play in the league, in the Dr. J League.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time I ever remember AI being a part of like the city.
What's it called? Way more. What's it called? Like community wise, it's players that's not even real Sixers. I mean, Toronto, Kyle Lowry will be way more of a community boy than AI. Like, Philly ain't got that many.
Philly, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You don't really got no Sixers. Be like, oh, okay, he that, and even it don't matter because we got stars, but we don't got that.
Yeah,
But we got it now.
We go see. All right. So I got another question about the Sixers. What Sixer has to be? Which Sixer has to be the best for the Sixers to win a championship?
Joel.
Joel. I want the chat to answer this too. Like, if y'all answer this too. I think LeBron could do it, but he already let it be known by wanting to live in New York. He's here. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I don't think that because he lives in New York. I just don't think that he's always wanted to be in New York, and I think it's like the opportunities as far as what he's going to do after basketball is, presents itself in New York and LA.
I don't think he should live in New York.
But I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it now. He's there.
Right.
But I think that like I'm saying, like if you know Temple campus and the Leah Core Center, like it's almost like a mini what is it, Xfinity Mobile Center now. Like you gotta, you gotta go underneath the bottom, to get in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think they can pull it off in something like that, whereas though it's not, he don't have to walk through crowds to get into the stadium. And he could pull his car, they could pull his entourage underneath the building and get him in safely. I mean, obviously you're gonna have a select group of people in there, some kid organizations and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really gonna have too many other. It's not open to the public. You
Right.
just have kids there, and a couple of adults or whatever, to see him, sign his deal or introduce him to the Philly, Philly natives as a Sixer. So I mean, y'all say I could see, like, he can't do it at Myers. He can't do it at no recreational centers. That is just out of the question. But something where as though he can isolate himself and getting into the building, I think he can pull that off.
I actually really want to see Brian just in Philly, just doing Philly stuff like that Jaylen Brown thing today. The reason I was hyped, or yesterday, I was hyped about it because I don't know if you should, like, he did a lot yesterday, and the reason why I was so hyped is I was like, damn, LeBron gonna be doing that, like, and it's because it's not no coincidence that they didn't do their press conferences today together, like So I'm like, oh, LeBron gonna have a LeBron day, just like Jalen had a. But I'm so, like, Jaylen Brown even got a cheesesteak last night, jerk chicken cheesesteak. Talking about some hold the onions, like, bro. First of all, you gotta say that's. We still gotta learn. He still gotta learn. Like, no Fridays or your cheesesteak, bro. That's not a Philly. It's not a Philly cheesesteak. So we gotta coach him up on that a little bit. But I'm sure Embiid didn't tell him where to go. Well, I don't know. She got Skinny Embiid back, so I don't know. Like,
So listen, real quick. Kyra says she don't think one player has to be the best. They all have to perform at a high level for a talent that they have. You know what? They do have to gel, and that's some of what Jaylen Brown had touched on last night. I mean, in his press conference, it's not just he doesn't look at it has to be just one person team. I think we all have to perform together for us to get our common goal. And because a lot of people are saying that we don't even know if it's going to work. And me personally, I think for this to work, all right. So we had the debate a couple weeks ago about who team is it, and I still think it's Maxi team. I still think Maxi is Maxi's team. Joel, you can say no, but Joel has to be not so much in the regular season, but in the postseason has to be available and healthy for it to work. Because I think LeBron and Jaylen Brown are already on the path of knowing what they need to do to make it work. I think that Maxi can't take the step back because you got LeBron and Jaylen Brown on the team. I think Maxi has to be equally as aggressive, if not more aggressive, to keep pressure on defenses and keep pressure on other teams, so that Jaylen Brown and LeBron James can be what we know they can be. VJ, like I said, we talked about VJ last week. I think VJ need to continue to do what he's doing, like exactly what Draymond Green said. Play defense on the opposing team's best guard. I think if you get that skill down and you this young, along with what you learn how to score and be play off ball, I think he's going to be a problem. I think it's a combination of them, like Kyra is saying, but I think Maxi needs to still continue to be super aggressive and believe that it's his team.
it's not his team now.
Who team is? Let's get back into it. I hate
So,
much pressure on them, but the talent is there.
so it's not. Yeah, it can be Maxi team.
It is.
I think I say, and I heard Jaylen Brown talk about this on this conference. He said it shouldn't be nobody's team. It should be like a ball movement thing, and it's whoever got the rock and open. That's who should be. Like it should. If you play with ball movement, that'll take away of the whole who team it is. So you kind of got to go into like, what do you mean by who team it is? And any way you slice it, anyway you slice it, it can't be Maxi team.
Wow.
Because Maxi don't got nothing of what you need. Maxi don't have not one thing that you can say is like one. Like, what's the one thing you can say? Okay, this is Maxi team. Like, what's the one thing you can say? He put his team on his back. He don't put his team on the back. Like, and I like Maxi, so I like this
So
hard
who
for me.
carried the team last year?
Huh?
Who carried the team last year?
Maxi and VJ together.
No. You got the first name right.
You think it was Maxi by himself?
I mean, Maxi carried it for the most part.
All right.
Paul George.
What about the playoffs? What about the playoffs?
In the playoffs, I told you what they did to him in the playoffs.
They went to the second round, though, which was big for them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, what? So, all right, so we know in the playoffs what happened. What happens in the playoffs with any team?
Everything gets harder.
It slows down.
Right.
So now most teams, knowing that Maxi is able to he can create. Like Maxi can create his own shot no matter what. He can create his own shot. You know that.
Not against the Knicks.
He can create. Listen, if you got 5 people going at me to stop me, what am I do? What am I going to do?
I'm just saying, you can't say he can no matter what, and then say, "Oh well, the Knicks did it."
You know for a fact that Maxi can create his own shot, right?
Yeah, he's a player that yes.
So my point of it is that Paul George and Maxi definitely, I think they carried until Paul George went out with that 25-game suspension. I think they both kind of had their time in carrying. And VJ, I'm not taking nothing from VJ. I'm just saying, it was that team. Last year was remembered for Maxi, Paul George, then VJ.
Okay,
Only because we
I, I can agree with that, but I think that's how it's looked at. But I think us Philly fans who really was watching it, like we were, we know
whoa.
it really never. What?
You said us Philly fans who was really watching. What you try? You took a shot.
No, I'm saying, like I'm talking about like us. We know that it never was Max because you just said it. It never was Maxie by itself. It was Maxie and Paul George, Maxie and VJ, Maxie and B. It never was Maxie by himself. And then when they got to the playoffs, Maxie didn't lead the team. Joel Embiid led the team against Boston. Joel and Paul George. And then the Knicks, we ain't have no leader. So I think because what that translates to is the dog. And if you saying who got the most dog, you can. I don't even put that on Embiid no more, even though I think it's Embiid's team. I think I would go with JB before Maxie because of that maturity level and because of he understood.
No. You can't put JB in it. You can't put LeBron in it.
I don't know. I don't.
Maxey or Embiid. Because the only reason why I say that is because we know what they're going to do. You know, we know what JB is capable of doing. We know what Brian is going to do. I'm saying, like,
that's the problem.
People who've been a part of this organization for the longest, who are you saying who is the team? Who team is it out of Joel Embiid and Maxey? Joel Embiid has been in the longest.
Out of them two, if you saying just out of them two, because I think the playoffs come, I don't care Embiid, Maxey, LeBron, or JB. I want the player that's going to be the dog and play good. And from what it looks like the past couple years, that person is Jaylen Brown.
No,
is Jaylen Brown, not Maxey.
He's not been a part of the Sixers. Hold on. Let me just.
Yo, Jaylen Brown is a Finals MVP, bro.
He's not been a part of the Sixers. You can't do that. He's not a part of the Sixers. He has yet to play a game in the Sixers.
But he still bring what he bring. If he bringing that dog, he bring that dog. I don't care what he was part of.
Nothing to do. So is Jaylen Brown's team now?
I don't want to say yet that. He sure is doing all. I'll say this. He sure is doing all the right thing. And the only reason it's not LeBron's team is because he's so old.
Bro. Hey, listen. Don't take no more of that Henny, right? Put that Henny down.
Listen. Who on here right now? Listen, I don't see.
Kyra said it's not Maxie's. She's agreeing with you. This eventually will be Maxie's team.
Right.
But that's years away, unless he shows what he can do with all the superstars surrounding him. This is my only question about the Maxey debate. That man came from like a little fast, out of control kid to somebody who can get you 50 in a night on some of the best defenders.
Yeah.
So how can't y'all see the value in Maxey and what he's brought just in the last 2 seasons without a consistent Joel Embiid?
But we're not saying
George.
But you missing what she said. Listen though, we just because I agree with Kyra said. What you're saying, yes, we see that. That's why we think it could be his team. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's ever gonna be Maxey's team. I feel
God.
I feel like it should be Maxey's team, but I don't see how that don't go straight to VJ. And it's just because he's bigger. It's just because he's bigger, he's more athletic, and I think he got that more. I think he got more dog than Maxey.
What in the hell do you like when you went? Let's say this, right? You sitting down, you watching the game, and you know who you watching the game with? Number one,
by myself.
You watching the game by yourself. You got the
and Mary. She sit right here with me.
So listen. Kyra don't do none of that, right? I know Kyra don't do none of that.
No, she's square. But
okay, yeah. I think the Head Rock and Mary is polluting you. Now,
man.
Kyra, listen. Now for Kyra, I think Kyra is looking at her little brother and saying like, all right, my brother know what he's talking about. So like I'm gonna go along with him, like because I have no idea what y'all two have been watching over the last 2 years when it comes to Tyrese Maxey and the growth that like how does everybody in the
But
world
nobody.
that this kid has gone from nothing to something?
But we didn't say that he didn't. We think that we saying this so much that we saying that probably going. He's so good that he got LeBron here. He's so good that is probably going to be his team in the next 2 years. That's how good he
Oh,
is. He's
bro,
like he learned a lot, and he's a learner. He learned from James Harden. He learned from Jimmy Butler. Like he learned from players.
literally just came on here and said that you believe that VJ Edgecombe would be it would be VJ's Edgecombe's team before it would be Tyrese Maxey. Like,
Yeah, I do believe that, and I feel like if it wasn't for the super team and LeBron and them, that'd be true. But no, not now,
I
not now because listen, yeah, listen. This is what's in front of Maxey right now. Joel Embiid, who's the process, who's been here the longest, who's by far the best player on the team, who's carried us the longest, who's did that. So loyalty, not game wise, loyalty, you got to put Joel. Just because of loyalty, he's been through the hard times and all that. That's
so,
loyal.
all right,
Best player.
wait. Let's stop
Good.
at Joel.
Okay.
Loyalty, right? He's
Yeah.
been here the longest. He's the longest tenured Sixer. So
Yes.
you're riding with him because of that, and I respect that. I can respect that. But the difference is when it comes to availability in a Sixer uniform,
That's
that
different though, Mark.
is Joel Embiid.
That's different. That's a different thing. That's cool. I understand, and that's why I can understand why seeing people might put Maxi over him because but I'm that I don't. I think Maxi would give it to them because he the OG.
I got something. My man Smitty back on Instagram. He says this is JB team. How can it be JB's team and he hasn't played a game yet? That's number
Listen,
one. Wait.
so
Hold on. Let me just finish it real quick. Then he says Maxi is a perfect number two. Maxi's shown number one ability the last 2 years. When is he healthy? I'm sure he's talking about Embiid. We can't keep hanging our team on Joel. I agree. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. JB proved he can lead a team. I never said he can't lead a team, but it's just that he hasn't played in the Sixers uniform yet. So it's kind of hard to give it to JB right now, only because he hasn't played in the Sixers uniform yet.
but Maxi ain't doing it in a Sixer uniform either.
Hold on, Snacks. You got that hem rock is killing you. Hold on. Now he got the pieces with him. So here's my point. You said that what you just say, Maxi hasn't done it in the Sixers uniform either.
In the playoffs, because you said Brown do it in the playoffs.
All right. No. I ain't saying nothing about Brown in the playoffs. We just talking about whose team is it? Period.
When it counts.
No. Whose team is it? Period. That's what I want.
Yeah, but that's a loaded question. Like that's because if you say what tip are you saying it on? Are you saying like who the team look up to? Are you saying who the best player on the team? Are you saying who brings the team together the most? Who the most important player? That's a loaded. That's a difficult question. Like loyalty to OG of the team, I think would be Bron and Embiid. Embiid been here longer, so more Embiid. But LeBron is the OG of the league. So I don't really know. That's why I'm saying there's so many people ahead of Maxi. You got Brian, you got Embiid, and then you say, all right, who the best player out of all of them? That's Jaylen Brown.
Y'all killing me. He said, no, he hasn't. Maxi hasn't shown we can win with him
At all.
So if you had a healthy Joel Embiid in the playoffs the last 2 years, does that take pressure off of Maxi?
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. So let me stop you right there real quick. I'm gonna just read a couple more comments because I want to make sure everybody get heard, their voice get heard real quick. And I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let you go. Come on, last year was old news, and it definitely wasn't Maxi's team either. Kyrie, you listening to the guy that has the Henrock and Mary influence. Stop it.
She's smart, bro. That's how she's smart. Listen,
No,
look at
most of all, you remember VJ for what he did, but don't get it wrong. VJ started off the season hot. He
it's
started
gonna
off
be
hot.
it's gonna be VJ team.
You
Trust
lost
me.
your mind. You lost your
Trust
mind.
me. Trust me. Trust me.
Man, this is comical, man. I'm almost cussing on this joint. It's comical. Maxi's been better, but it's been Embiid's team. The only
Yeah.
reason why you could say it's been Embiid's team is because Embiid's been there the longest.
Right.
And
And no.
The
It's
last
not just
2
longest.
years, yeah, it is because there's nothing that Embiid has done for you in the last 2 years that can even say
He's a
that
better
he's
player.
reliable than Maxi is.
Okay, so Maxi more reliable than Embiid, but Embiid got
That means
longevity, and he's better than him. He's a better player than Maxi.
that means Joel would be winning for us, not Maxi. No. Joel that's the point. That's what I'm saying. I don't think anybody understands what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Joel Embiid doesn't have any talent. I'm not saying that Joel Embiid is not probably the best talent before the additions of Jaylen Brown and LeBron James. Joel is definitely the most talented player on the team. Can't question that, can't knock that, can't argue that. The issue is that when we need Joel the most, and it's not really his fault, it's just the way it rose, because last year his appendix almost burst. So that's not him. That's not something that he could plan.
I got you.
Injured, it's not something that he foresees and say, I know I'm going to get injured in the playoff. What I'm saying is that when we need that guy the most, he's not there. So I set you up by asking you the question: if Joel is healthy, can he take the pressure off of Maxi? You said yes. So
Yes.
what you saw in the New York series was that I'm going to double team Maxi and make Joel beat us because we believe he's not 100%. His knee is not right, or he's not. He's not fully healed from his appendectomy. So that's what you saw last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be.
You said this is what you listen to what you're saying. I don't think you're listening to yourself, Mark. Listen to what you just said. You said Embiid is probably the better player. Yeah, he's Embiid. Everybody know who he is, but he's not there when it counts the most because of injury. How about when it counts the most, Maxi is there and he act like he's not there?
Again, I just asked you the same question.
And I'm not talking about the Knicks series. I'm talking about the Boston series. Why would the hurt? You talking about a hurt Embiid? Why would a hurt Embiid have to lead that team if they double team? What do you say they double team? They wasn't double teaming Maxi then in Boston.
Yes, they were. They were making Maxi. See, listen, let me tell you something. What you saw in both them series was that I'm not letting Maxi go off. I'm not letting Maxi get 30. I'm not letting Maxi do anything that he wants to do because Maxi is not going to beat me. You know what Boston said? I'll live with Paul George beating me.
All right,
and hold on. I'm gonna force Joel to beat me because I don't think Joel is healthy enough to beat me.
Right.
Now, again, I started off by asking you, do you think that if Joel was healthy, will it take the pressure off of Maxi? You said yes, and everybody would believe that it will take pressure off of Maxi because they would have to double team Joel, and Maxi would do what he wants.
Yeah, just like if Maxi took more shots, it'd probably take more pressure off of Embiid too, right? If you want to say that, if Maxi in the New York series, if Maxi even shot more, if he shot more and did a little bit more, it would take some pressure off of Embiid, right?
Let me ask you this: no, it wouldn't have taken pressure off Embiid. You know why? Because Embiid was hurt. Embiid wasn't fully healthy. That's the only reason why. You're asking him to just jack up shots just because you need him to jack up shots so they can free up Embiid. No.
Why? You're gonna lose it. If you lose it anyway, why not? AI would have did it.
And what did that? All right. So, and I'm not coming for AI. Don't get it messed up.
Kobe would have did it too.
No. Here's the difference between the two. So you never, when you had AI, you had other guys around him that created an atmosphere for him to be able to do what he needed to do to win, and he was going to do what he needed to do. This is a whole different era of basketball. Right. This is totally different than when AI played. So what Maxey is actually out there doing is he's doing what he needs to do to get the win. But the problem is that when he is double team or when other teams are keying on him, nobody else is there to step up to help him out. Because I can guarantee you that if even Tobias Harris played half decent in one of these series, that we went further in the playoffs than second round. But it doesn't happen.
So you don't think that
Tobias left Joel Embiid hanging because he's not a good player. He's not a good player. You know what they said? I'm gonna stop Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris, I dare you to beat me. I dare you to beat me.
So
That's
let me ask you this. So you switch Maxey with Steph Curry. You switch Maxey with Brunson, Luka. You think we would have went out the same against the Knicks? Even with them doubling them. Or if you switch Maxey with Kobe Bryant, do you think we still would have went out the way we went out against the Knicks?
Here's the thing. If you put it like this, Kobe Bryant was up 3-1 against the Phoenix Suns. I think the year or two after they traded Shaq, before they got Paul Gasol.
Right.
3-2 against the Suns in the playoffs. A team that we know is historically bad for playing defense. And what Phoenix do? They come back and beat them 4-3. So
that's Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire?
Yeah. But the point of it is that who did Kobe have to help him when he needed it?
No, that's not the point. No,
it is.
No, that's not the point. The point is, listen, I'm not talking. See, this is what I think you're missing. I'm not talking about winning or losing. I'm talking about how you perform, how you show up.
Bro, so Kobe Bryant had 24 points in the first half, cooking.
Yeah. But Kobe gonna go out shooting though. Kobe gonna go out on the shield, just like AI.
Wait a minute. 24 points in the first half. You know what he finished the game with?
What, 27?
26. That means you scored 2 points in the second half. You wasn't shooting. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is that I understand how you look at it, right? And I'm not saying that you're looking at it wrong. I'm just saying you're not looking at look through the right lens. Because the problem is that if Joel Embiid is healthy, if the skinny Joel Embiid we see right now, hold on, wait. The skinny Joel Embiid we see right now, if Maxey or JB didn't join his team, I can bet you this. If Joel is healthy in the playoffs, like full healthy, no issues, no knees, no nothing, no eye sockets, nothing.
Right.
Joel Embiid would dominate anybody that played against him. Any center, Carl Town, whoever else is in the East, he would crush them. Which you know what that would do? That would free up Maxey to do what he does.
Right, because that's so basically what you're saying is Maxey is a great number 2. That's what you're saying.
But yes, he is. He's not a
number 1 though. Not a number 1.
No. Wait, hold on. I said in the beginning of this, I said obviously we know that Joel is the better talent. I said that. So that was but if Joel is not there, Maxey, you got to realize Maxey carried that team to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, Joel carried that team to the playoffs many years.
Yeah, but what did it amount to?
What did the Maxey carrying into the team amount to?
You gotta be kidding me, bro. You can't sit here and tell me that. Look, hold on. Because you're sitting here telling me that Joel Embiid is his team. He's the best. He's the best player on the team.
Not just me, but everybody in the chat agrees. Say the same thing.
But you know, with all due respect, y'all stupid.
I like that. I like the Philly. I like that. I don't mind that part. That's how
y'all so smart. Y'all stupid. That's what it is. You know,
bro.
But all I'm saying, real quick, I just want to say this. All I'm saying is, I get what everybody's saying. You know what I mean? Because y'all saying it in the context of that Joel Embiid is on the court playing basketball.
No, so Joel Embiid is the better player.
No. Here's what I'm saying. We're arguing two different things, though. I want you to understand that. Because I'm telling you that Maxey can't do it by himself. And if Joel Embiid is on the court, obviously Maxey is going to defer to Joel Embiid. But the trouble is that
why?
Because Joel Embiid is the obviously I said that, man. You okay. He's a better talent.
Okay. You don't
But
like
what I'm
saying that,
saying
though.
is, I said that. I said that early
You don't
on.
like saying it, though. You don't like
No,
saying
I
it,
don't
though.
mind saying it, but the problem is what y'all arguing is that y'all saying that if Maxey and Joel Embiid is on the court, that I'm telling you I would take Maxey and say he's the face of the team. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if out of them two over the last 2 years, Maxey and Joel Embiid, Maxey's only been the only one that's been consistent and been out on the court. So therefore, I would consider the team his because he's been there playing throughout the season.
Okay, so when they're both playing, you look at it as Embiid team. But when Embiid not playing, you look at it as Maxey team.
Right.
So whose team was it against Boston?
But Joel Embiid was hurt, bro. You can't.
No,
You
I
can't
ain't asked you that though. I ain't asked you. I said who
Maxey's
team was.
then. It was Maxey's team because Joel Embiid was hurt. I'm not.
So
See, here's the thing. I'm not. See, again, Joel Embiid being injured plays a lot into this.
you're not
His
saying
health plays a lot into this.
and I understand you're not saying Joel Embiid. You're not saying Joel Embiid wasn't the best player. You just said Maxey was
All right,
it was his team. I understand that part, but
so let
that's
me ask
wrong.
you, who has the most to lose? Who right now? Who has the most to lose?
Right now,
Yeah, if this thing don't work out, who has the most to who has most of the blame?
to lose, I think is Embiid.
It is Embiid.
Yeah, because he
Why?
got the shortest window.
No, why? No, that's not because. Why? What do you mean the shortest window?
He got the least amount of time left.
No, that doesn't matter. That's not why.
Tell us why then. Tell us
The
why then.
reason why because he's been with the franchise since the process, and his career, even in the times when he was healthy, you know what I mean. The best you got out of him was the second round exit. Now, don't say I'm not sitting there saying that we lost because of him. No, I'm not saying we lost any series because the only series I would blame on him was that year with James Harden against Boston. That I blame that on him. I blame that on him and James Harden, but more him because that was really your time to really shine and show who you was, and you let Jason Tatum put up 61 on you. That just was to me the most diabolical loss I ever saw in my life. You know what I mean? And so then the injuries start happening after that. And so that is why I say it's more of a Maxey team right now, but Joel Embiid has to be healthy to show that it could be his team and he can take it back. But now that you got Jaylen Brown, it's not even Joel's team no more. Y'all saying Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, because okay. So what I was going to say. So if Embiid healthy this year, if Embiid stay healthy this year, it goes back to it stays Embiid team.
But you can't. Listen, here's the problem, right? You can't. There's no world where you can say, all right, if this works out, then we're going. Like that's not how it goes. It's
Okay, right.
You're going to crown a champion right now and say this is who it is or this is who it ain't.
You're right. And I think because of track record, you only could go off of what you've seen. And I like Joel Embiid, and I do think Embiid is. I think it should be Embiid's team, and it will if he's healthy, it would be his team. But we can't go on that because, like you said, it would be stupid to go on that because that's not what you see. You see him not playing all the time. But if you go off of what you see, it wouldn't be Maxey's team either. If you go off of what you see, it would be Jaylen Brown's team. And then this is the problem with Jaylen Brown's team because of where they at in their careers. I think the only reason Jaylen Brown got an edge over Maxey is because of where he at in his career. He's a little bit more experienced. Now the problem going to be though is Maxey going to learn these next 2 years under LeBron and Jaylen, but so is Edgecombe. And Edgecombe is bigger, he faster, he more athletic, and he learning none of these. Maxey got a higher ceiling. I mean, Edgecombe got a higher ceiling than Maxey. So they both gonna be learning, and I think Edgecombe got more dog than Maxey. And I think that dog takes over, and I think it goes straight to from Jaylen Brown, whoever you want, Jaylen Brown / LeBron James. LeBron James gonna be whoever it is, Embiid and LeBron, or Jaylen Brown and LeBron. But it ain't gonna be Maxey.
Let's ask the people. Who on here agrees that it'd be VG's team over Tyrese Maxey in the future, not this year. In the future, not this year. Who believes that? I just need somebody to just put a W if you believe. Put a W in the chat if you believe that it's going to be VJ Edgecombe team in 2 years or in the future over Tyrese Maxey. I need to know because to me, it feels like you have. I feel like you don't really mess with my man Tyrese.
No,
I feel like you know some. Yeah, Jermaine, tell him. I think that Mary and that Henrock is getting to my man brain a little bit because
right. Listen,
I can't see how you
man.
don't
Listen,
see.
man. I'm talking to you right now, man. Listen to this. Think about what I'm saying. Think about Maxey. What makes it his team? Is it the leading? What is it that makes it his team? Because whatever it is gone now because of LeBron and Jaylen Brown and because everybody that's there. So the only thing that you can look at is the future. 2 years from now, Maxey and VJ. In 2 years now, they're learning under these. Maxey ceiling is nowhere near VJ ceiling.
What?
Because what kept Maxey just faster than him. VJ wasn't supposed to be a shooter. He's supposed to be a slasher, but he shoot like crazy. And now he already been a slasher, and he bigger. Like I love AI, but Kobe was better than AI because he's bigger than AI. And I think that's
no. Kobe was better than AI because he worked more. He worked harder.
that's okay. I agree, but I think bigger was the main thing. I ain't gonna say it was the only thing.
I think
Bigger. I think LeBron is better than Kobe and probably Jordan because he's bigger.
This is another 2-hour podcast, y'all. This is another 2-hour podcast.
Listen,
this
we talked about in the first podcast. We talking about the bully in sports. That bully thing, size matters. At pause. Size matter in sports. Like, and I think. Like, think about Jordan. Jordan was a super athletic. Like, Jordan was super athletic. As much as I hate on Jordan, I don't take nothing away from what he is. What made Jordan what he is because he was way more athletic than everybody else, and he made it beautiful. And he played above the rim, and that's Jordan. Jordan made the NBA what it is today. But and Kobe kind of followed that same thing. But the problem with LeBron, and I think T-Mac would have been the same way, is that they're bigger. When you bigger and you can do all these things, you're gonna be better. That's just how. Well, just bigger than that. Like you said, Wilt was playing with such and such. Yeah, he's bigger than everybody. It makes you better.
No. Now, hold on. That first of all, let me just correct you on something. That was a major pause because you just said somebody was bigger than like that is not. Hold on. Let me give you. Got shot for that one. That was a little harsh too. Because
I wasn't listening. I agree. That was a pause. I took a drink on that. I'll pause myself on it.
But you had a little bass in your voice when it came to that one. I had to slow it down a little bit. But listen, let's stick on Maxey, right? And that's a pause. Like I don't want, but here's my point. I think you're a Maxey hater. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the way VJ Edgecombe came in last year and started the season the way he did was a testament to what Maxey had shown him in the offseason in the work.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you,
so you giving Maxey credit for VJ?
No. I'm not saying VJ doesn't have his own talent. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that VJ. I mean, obviously VJ made it. He was a number 3 pick. But what I'm saying to you is that to put VJ over Maxey in 2 years, to me, sounds like nothing but hate that you're feeling. Because Maxey right now, put it like this. Say Jaylen Brown came to this team, right? But Maxey didn't have a relationship with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Bron's not coming to this team because of VJ Edgecombe. It's not even about the future of VJ Edgecombe. Like, Bron's coming to the team, and you hear in an interview with Bron say, like, the kids showed up to the gym at 5 a.m. before I got there.
Yeah, VJ on that too, though.
Yeah, but no.
But I think Maxey told him that.
Yeah,
no. I think he had that before. And I think Maxey
saying Daniel's son is better than Miyagi. It's not happening, brother.
No. It ain't like that. Well, I mean, even sometimes the student get better than the teacher when the teacher. Sometimes that's when you the chosen one.
Eventually, you'll get better than the teacher.
No.
So here's the thing: just like you say, Kobe is better than Jordan, right? Didn't you say that?
I said I'll take Kobe over Jordan.
All right. So here's the thing: eventually Kobe got to a point where he could surpass Jordan. But early on, Kobe, if he, God rest his soul, God bless the dead, if he was here right now, would tell you, Mike is it. Like I
Right.
did whatever I did because I watched him and I learned off of him. Maybe
Yeah.
after he retired and left, I took it to a different level.
Right.
But it's him that
Right.
is who he is. So like for even like Joel Embiid right now, Maxie will tell you right now, if Maxie was on this podcast, you know, Embiid is that dude.
Right.
Like this is his team. He would pay homage to say this is his team. But
Right.
overall, when he even looks at it through a nutshell and says, well, who's there the most? Who's carrying right now the most? And I'm trying to stay as recent and current as I can within the last 2 years.
No, you try to stay recent. You trying to stay recent and current because those the 2 years that Maxie did it. You don't want to go back further because then you got to give Embiid credit.
No, think about even like you got to realize something. Like Maxie came in and he was what, the number 20th pick, 21st pick in the draft.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he was supposed to be that low or that he was supposed to fall that far out. He was supposed to be a little higher.
Still not high as VJ. That goes to show you right there that it's still not high as VJ. So let me ask you this: you think Maxie better than right now? You think Maxie better than Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown, no.
Well,
What
do you think? So you think okay? So you don't think in 2 years? So Jaylen Brown. What do you think? Why do you think what part of his game is better than Maxie? Is it his dog? Is it his shot? Because his shot not better than it. Is it his drive?
They play two different positions. That's unfair.
So why you say he better than him?
I never said he better than Jaylen Brown.
I just said is Maxie better than Jaylen Brown? You said no.
I didn't say he's better than Jaylen Brown.
All right, so what makes Jaylen Brown better than Maxie?
I don't compare them to. You're comparing them to. I don't compare them to because they're two different players. They're two different positions. I don't compare them.
So Maxie not a two?
Max. Yeah, he could play two guard or he could play point guard.
So
but Jaylen Brown is a small forward, more of a small forward than anything. So let me tell you.
Okay, so that means you can't compare VJ and Maxie then.
No, you can compare those two.
How? They the same. They different positions.
No, but they're two guards. So like, it's a my thing is that if you want to first of all, the body of work as in the same because Jaylen Brown playing for 10 years and Maxie played for 7. So Jaylen Brown was in the Boston uniform for 10 years with a better team than Maxie was. So it's a difference. You know what I mean? Maxie is actually like if Maxie was born into a Boston team, Maxie probably would be a lot better than what you're giving him credit for now. Even though he was an all-star last year. Even to me, he's still a guy who can carry a team right now. Now I'm not gonna say he can win a championship by himself, not like that. But he can get you in the playoffs. He can get you in that first round playoffs.
Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. So I think you might be a VJ hater a little bit.
No. I never said anything about VJ. I never said VJ couldn't do what he needed to do.
So
you and Kyra are here saying that Maxie has not done anything in his career to say that it's his team.
He hasn't.
That's what you and Kyra is saying.
He hasn't.
I never said anything about VJ Edgecombe. I said the only thing I said about VJ Edgecombe is that you can't compare him to Maxie.
So what's Maxie's ceiling? Comp in the league. Who's Maxie? Like you can compare Maxie to because there's a lot of guards in the league that play Maxie position that's a lot better than him. A lot of them.
Who?
You looking at guards, you got Shea, you got Luka, you got Mitchell, you got Brunson, you got
Not Luka. Luka's the power forward.
Luka Doncic?
Small forward. I use small forward shooting guard. Now I would put him more as small forward. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm saying now, it's like 4 or 5 guards. I mean, it's a lot of guards. I mean, okay, who did I say? You got Brunson, you got Shea, you got who else? Mitchell, you got who else?
All right. Let me stop you right there real quick. I'm playing devil's advocate on this one because I'm not saying. Let me ask you this: what makes Donovan Mitchell so much better than Tyrese Maxey?
I think I've seen Donovan Mitchell lead a team by himself before.
What team?
Utah and Cleveland. Utah mainly though, but Utah and Cleveland.
Utah,
Cleveland a little bit.
Utah, he had Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert been trash.
Nah, he was when they
And
first
did he go
got
to
in
the
the
playoffs
they
after
ball.
Rudy Gobert left, or they left the same
Oh,
year?
they both left the same year. They both left the same year.
Yeah,
But
I don't
Rudy
care.
Gobert and him, when they first got there, they were a good tandem. They were
Yeah,
a nice tandem together.
I think
So I'm
Rudy
not
been
even
trash.
saying they had a good team. Huh?
Yeah, I seen, but I'm saying that game wise, I seen him handle the pressure. I seen him not just like I see him handle that better
When? Because a
in the
lot of
playoffs.
you know what his
He played
knock
a lot
is?
in the playoffs.
You know what Donovan Mitchell knock is?
What?
That people knock him for is that he don't show up when it counts.
Right. Same. I mean, people, Maxi better do better, or they gonna be saying that about him. Like he got like I like Maxi and I want him to do better. I just think this is why I said those players are Maxi though, because I think if you look at Maxi's ceiling, what's the best Maxi can get? Can he get Steph Curry good? Can he be Shea good? Can he be Luka good? I don't know, but it's one of those. VJ is different. VJ ceiling is you really not even sure. Is he gonna be Jimmy Butler good? He might be even Dwayne Wade good. Like that's why I'm saying that because I think VJ got to put, and now I think it's even worse. Now I think it's even
Hold on, I
intensified.
can't hear you. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Still can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you say something?
I say, can you hear me now?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know what happened. Cut off on me. You talking so much nonsense. My board cut off on me.
no, it's like dang God in here. He's telling the truth. It's the truth. He said Paul Pierce here, the truth in here.
Cut
No,
it
man,
off.
I'm saying what I was saying though. I was saying VJ. I think Maxi's ceiling. I don't think he could be better. No matter what, I don't think got him being better than Shea. I don't got him being better than Luca. I don't got him being better. He might be better than Donovan Mitchell though, but I don't got him being better than Brunson. But VJ got the potential to be Dwayne Wade,
No.
and that's only because of where he about to learn. I think naturally. Go ahead.
Right now. Let's talk about right now.
Oh no, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about 2 years.
No. But you're comparing Maxey to Donovan Mitchell right now.
Oh, right now, I think Donovan Mitchell a little bit better.
Than Maxey?
Yeah, I think Maxi might be changed like quick as next season, but I think give Maxi in 2 years will definitely be way better.
So let me tell you something, right? Let me just steer the locomotive train home real quick. You know what? Fuck, let me excuse my language. Let me bring the 52 back to 52nd in Paris real quick. LeBron was a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he said?
What'd he say?
He could have had the perfect story and went home to Cleveland,
Right.
which is a good team.
Mm.
They're a good team right now. But you know why he didn't go to Cleveland?
Sixers is better.
No, mainly because they had James Harden. Let's just scoop James Harden out the way for a minute because I don't even know if he signed yet. But he looked at that team and said, you know what? I'm gonna have to do too much. You know why I'm gonna have to do too much? Not even scoop James Harden out the way, but Donovan Mitchell, when I need you the most, might not be able to find you. And here's the difference. Hold on. Here's the difference. Let me bring it home to you. Here's the difference, because I know what you get ready to say out of your mouth. But Maxey ain't do it neither. But the point of it is that Donovan Mitchell had a healthy team against the Knicks. Healthy. Everybody was healthy. James Harden, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade. All those guys was healthy. Nobody was injured. And what happened? You got swept. You'll say, I know what your wheels are spinning. Your wheels are spinning saying, well, the Sixers got swept and they had Maxey. True. But the difference is that Big Fella was out. And when he came back, he still wasn't Big Fella. Now, let's say you got a healthy Big Fella. You got a healthy Maxey. which is the reason why I'm really coming to this team is my relationship with Maxey. But you also traded for Jaylen Brown. To me, when you traded for Jaylen Brown, that was enough to say, you know what, Philly is a contender because I believe in the young fella and Maxey. I believe the young fella gonna do what he gonna do. I'm not so much looking at the old head Joe. I'm gonna coach him up. I'm gonna get him right though. I'm gonna get him right. That's what JB even said. JB said I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna push him in practice. I'm gonna do all what I need to do to get him right. And I agree with that. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that when you have a guy like LeBron James on his farewell tour, and it's Miami out there, it's Golden State out there, it's Cleveland out there, and it's the Sixers out there. And he looked at all four of them squads and said, who gives me the best shot to win? The Sixers gave him the best shot, but mostly because of Tyrese Maxey.
No, that's not true.
But he look at everything.
That's not true.
Snacks, look at everything that man says. Everything
yeah,
he said.
you know what he said? He said not only he said Maxey's a great ball. He said, but more, I like him more than the best. I like him as a person way more than a basketball player. That's more of a reason why he's supposed to be coming here, because he liked Maxey as a person. I think that LeBron James was chasing a ring, and it don't matter what team he went to. I think that besides us, it probably would have been Minnesota. Whatever team had the best squad, that's who he went to. It ain't matter about personal relationship. He's saying that, but that's bullcrap, because it's whoever gave him the best chance. And I think he talked to Embiid, and Embiid told him he's healthy. He said they got Embiid, and even if Embiid not healthy, they're gonna trade it. They're gonna trade him for AD. They got his young boy Maxey. They see VJ doing what VJ do, looking like a young Dwayne Wade. They got Jaylen Brown. That's why he went. It ain't got nothing. I mean, it got something. I mean, that's his man. But LeBron got a lot of money.
You know what's funny to me is that you could say I think he talked to Joel Embiid. You know what I can say to you? He talked to Maxey. He talked to Maxey.
No, he did talk to Embiid. No, he said he talked to Maxey.
Give me a second. I'm loading the clip. I got something for you.
Martin, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, baby.
I know, but I first of all, I ain't think it was going. You know what I'm saying? You slandering Maxey a little too much, and I gotta kind of defend him a little bit.
No, man, that's just what it is you just typical Philly though. You on typical Philly. Like, we love somebody so much that we don't really, and it's crazy because people say I do this with Jalen Hurts, but we don't really see their flaws. Like, just because we saying that he might not be good at this or not, we're not saying he ain't great. It's just that he ain't the greatest yet. And I just think, I mean, and I also acknowledge I used to love Carson. I wasn't when Jalen Hurts came along, because he was black, so it was like I got a chance. But I love Carson Wentz. But Jalen came and did his thing, and a young player came and proved that he was better. Same thing. Like, I like Maxey, but VJ he just a stud. Like, it's all right, man. He coming in.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
About that move.
I don't like y'all calling my man a ring chaser.
I didn't call him that.
Okay. I'm just checking. I don't think it's for him. See, it's funny to me that people that don't have rings saying, he's a ring chaser. No. He's continuous chasing. He's continuing chasing the chase to continue to be great, to continue to add legacy to his book. Listen, he knows. Well, he doesn't know yet, but you know and I know when this thing is over, you can't come back. Once you retire, once your body says, I can't go no more. This guy feels he has 2-3 years left. Why not try to get another championship? I did it. I did it. After I won 3 in a row, and then won one in Miami. Hey, towards the end of my career, let me go play with Paul and KG, and be like fourth guy, rebound and seconds, and see if I can win one. And that's what he's doing. However, I'm anxious to see how this is going to work. The person who was first was Tyrese Maxey, and let me tell you why. He came in a regular guy. Joel Embiid was hurt most of the year. Tyrese rose up like, hey, I'm going to start. This is my team. Now you bring Jaylen Brown in. Is he going to take a step back? And not only that, you bring LeBron in. Is he going to take another step back? Okay, I'm just checking. I don't think it's...
Hold on, let me... I meant to pause it. But you see what he said? It was Tyrese Maxey. Because Joel Embiid was hurt.
Yeah, that's I understand that. Everybody will say that. Like we passing the team off of we're passing the team off to Tyrese Maxey because Joel be hurt. But when Joel is hurt, because he's little bro, when he's still little bro, Maxey's still little bro. When when Embiid's still healthy, he's still big bro. It ain't get out of the point. It ain't get to the point where little bro take over big bro yet. It's only when big bro ain't there. But it ain't
And it will not affect him because he was starting to make himself like the All-Star team. He was a star, and sometimes somebody or one or two people on the team is going to have to defer.
So here's my point, right? What Shaq said, and to tell you what how this all comes on. You see who he talked about most in that clip was Tyrese Maxey, because he was rising. He was ascending. He wasn't descending. He was ascending. He was going to a different level. And see, the point I'm trying to make to you is that you might see it for what he did in one game or one series or two series or whatever the case may be. The bigger picture is that he was the one carrying for the last 2 years because of Embiid's injury. And if you see how he said it, if LeBron James or Jaylen Brown didn't come to this be in a Sixers uniform, he will continue to ascend and take over because we know the history of Joel Embiid. So that is the only reason why Shaq is saying I feel sorry for him, because will he take a back seat? And that's what I told you. He can't afford to take a back seat. I don't care who's on the back on the team. He got to continue to do what he was doing before these guys came. And I'm sure LeBron and even JB is saying to him, don't not be you. Do play your game and we'll feed off of you. Because them both, Jaylen Brown said in this press conference, I've won the championship. I want to win another one. I ain't worried about scoring. I ain't worried about being the man. I ain't worried about none of that. KCP even said in one of his interviews, I want to be the sixth man of the year. I ain't worried about nothing else. I just want to play ball and have a good time and win.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm telling you is that these guys lined up and came to the not Jaylen Brown. He was traded here, but I'm saying LeBron came not because of Joel Embiid. Yes, if he's on the court, it definitely is a better experience for us to win if he's on the court. But the bigger picture is that I'm coming here and I'm playing with Tyrese Maxey because Tyrese Maxey is that guy.
So you think he would have came here? So you think he would have came here? You think LeBron would have came here if it was just Maxey and not Jaylen Brown?
No.
Right, but so it ain't Maxey.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, no, it is Maxey though. You know why? Only reason why I say no is because you still had the Knicks in the playoffs. I mean, in the East, and the Knicks they didn't lose any. Well, they lost Mitchell Robinson, which you're a big fan of, but they that's the only person they lost. So the Knicks still would be a tough out. So I don't think I don't think it's as easy for LeBron to come to the Sixers and win a championship if Jaylen Brown is not here.
No, LeBron wouldn't have came here if Jaylen Brown was here. Everybody know that.
So it really. But I'm saying, like, if you go down the pecking list of why LeBron James is here, it's Jaylen Brown, and then it's Tyrese Maxey, and then Joel Embiid, the last part of it.
I wouldn't even put Joel Embiid on there at all.
So that's the point of what I'm saying. Like, the point of it all is the reason why I said it like that is the fact that whose team is it? And again, if Joel Embiid is healthy, 100% healthy the whole time, because you got to remember when LeBron, this is like the third or fourth time LeBron James has been a free agent. And every time that LeBron James was a free agent, who was pitching to him to come to the Sixers? Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And he was not. And don't get it wrong. I don't think that he looked at Embiid as a slouch or anything like that. I think he always looked at Embiid like, you're nice. You're one of the best in the league. But you don't have it the way you need to have it. And that's one of his biggest.
What you think he look at? You think he look at Tyrese Maxey like that?
I think he sees the potential in Tyrese Maxey to be better than what he's.
You like Tyrese Maxey. You like Tyrese Maxey.
What is the process, right? What is the process?
It's over.
No. What was the process?
It was Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
No. What I'm saying, what did it stand for? Like, what was the process standing for? Losing, right?
No, the process was supposed to be getting out of the losing years and coming.
Losing them.
Yeah, coming out and losing.
So the point of it all is that Joel Embiid was he was the start of the process. He went through the process, and now he's at the end. But the whole nucleus of the process was losing. His mentality is he's not a winner, he's a loser, and there's no fault through him.
That's so weird, yo. That's so weird that you say me a loser. He's not a loser. He made the playoffs every year.
Wait, listen to what I'm saying. His mentality is loser mentality because he hasn't played meaningful basketball. He hasn't consistently played basketball in the sense of being a winner, especially in the beginning of his career. He was brought in and they were losing. They were taught to lose. So when it comes down to really like that, all right, put it like this: when it comes down to the game sevens, when you need to take over a game, how many times have you seen Joel just go in his bag and take over a game 7 to get his team to the next round? So you never
against Boston. Boston last year.
No. So, listen, bro. Listen. This is what you're not understanding. He did not take over that game. Paul George was he was nice in that series.
Paul George was the spark plug. Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is that remember a couple years ago with James Harden, and I referenced this earlier in the show. And they went to game 7 against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You seen the dog that Jason Tatum came out with? The mentality he came out with.
Mm-hmm.
They shut him down in game 6. They shut Jason Tatum down in game 6.
Right.
But the mentality he came out with in game 7 was that you're not going to do that twice. I don't care what I have to do. The same thing that you say Maxey don't have, Joel doesn't have. And it's not because Joel can't have it, it's because he wasn't taught to have it.
I thought you said it was because he's injured. Because I thought you said
that year he wasn't injured.
But what about that's just 1 year. When he's healthy, go ahead.
So again, what year? Explain to me this. What year have you seen Joel Embiid go into his bag in the playoff series and do everything he can do by himself to win a game?
Have you seen Maxey?
Can you hear this?
Yeah, I can.
Hold on. Oh, it ain't playing. My thing messed up now.
You seen Maxey do that, son?
No. Let's not bring Maxey in. That's not the first. That's not the first.
Well, listen. So Embiid, I seen Embiid get MVP. I see Embiid.
No.
Hold on, no. You want me to talk? I'm not going to talk about Embiid the way you want me to talk about it. I'm going to answer the way I want to answer. So I see Embiid get MVP. I see Embiid make it to the second round of the playoffs. Not the conference fight. I see him make it to the second round of the playoffs more than once. Right?
Yeah.
So okay. So how many times did he make it to the second round of the playoffs? Yeah. How many MVPs he got? How many runner-up MVPs he got?
Yeah.
How much? Now let's do Maxey.
No. You can't. No, you cannot jump to Maxey when you never answered the question about him.
I just told you. You said how many times did you see it? He went to the second round of the playoffs twice.
Bro, that's not
3 times.
No, bro. Did you hear the question?
What's the question?
The question is, when have you saw Embiid take the 76ers on his back in the playoffs and win to go to the third round?
Why you got to put these stipulations on there? First round, second round.
No.
Why are you doing that?
The point is that I'm trying to make you understand is the fact that, and it's not true because you think that I'm just trying to blame Embiid. I'm not trying to blame him. No. Hear me out. I'm not trying to blame Embiid. The way Embiid mentality is and the way he thinks about basketball is not due to Embiid. It's due to what he was brought into. It's due to hold on.
Listen.
Hold on. No. You gotta listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Everything that Embiid is doing is not because of his doing. It's not because he can't do. It's not because he doesn't have the ability. It's because he was brought into a situation that
That's
was
bull crap, yo. That's bull crap. You
Hold on,
trying
let me
to
ask you a question.
what you trying to do? What you trying to say? You trying to say, oh, he was taught wrong. That's bullshit. That's bull crap. He wasn't. He might have been taught wrong, but he's a grown man in a professional sport. He want to win now.
Snacks. You missing the point. Because you see, here's the thing. You listening to react because you want me to say that I'm telling you that it's Embiid's fault. And I'm sitting here. No, wait, listen. I'm sitting here telling you clear as day. It's not through Embiid's own fault. It's not through Embiid's lack of talent. It's not through Embiid's anything. I'm sitting here telling you clear as day. The Sixer organization throughout that whole process situation was an organization that was made to lose to get better picks. That was the Sixer organization. So here's the thing. Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
React. What I'm telling you is that Joel Embiid was brought into that. So his mindset was just that. I'm coming out. All right, go ahead. I'm going to let you talk.
That's not smart.
You let me talk.
That's not smart, Mark. That's not smart. You can't say, oh, he came into the league on a process and they was losing, so that's just stuck in his head. Like, that don't work like that. That's calling him dumb. I don't think he's that dumb. I think he's way more mature than that. He might have came in the process and they was losing and all that. But he's a professional athlete. He won MVP. He see his peers win championships. He's going to want to win a championship. That loser mentality that you talking about, that's instilled in him because of the process. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap because of the success he's had. He's done everything else except win a championship. So you talking about something being instilled in him, this process? You can't make me believe that there's no way you can make me think a smart person would be like, because of course I know it's not going to be, you're not going to recognize that you got this loser mentality.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that I made this up?
No, because I think I heard somebody on ESPN say it.
You want to know who really said it?
Somebody who don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, Shaq.
Who?
Shaq.
You know how much bonehead stuff Shaq said? I watch Shaq all the time.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think Shaq is a good judge of talent?
I don't know. I don't know if he knows scout. I know he can play ball.
Snacks. Here's the point. All right. So I'll let you finish. Right. Just let me tell you why. Because again, you want it to be the fact that I'm saying they're blaming it all on Embiid, and I'm not. It's not Embiid's fault. And I'm not saying the man is dumb, because he's not dumb. He brought into a system that he was told to do. He was told to go in and play basketball, but not play basketball at a high pace. That's why you can see that man after a playoff loss, a playoff exit, say, I just want to get home before my wife start yelling at me to tuck my daughter in the bed.
You're wrong about that.
No. I'm not wrong about that, because the point of it all is when you see greats lose, when you see Kobe Bryant lose, when you see LeBron James lose, when you see any of these guys lose, guess what they do? Hold on. They do care. You know what they say? I got to get back in the gym and figure out watch tape to see what I didn't do right so I can correct my mistakes. LeBron got kids, Jordan had kids, Kobe got kids, everybody got kids. The point of it all, hold on, stop reacting. The point of it all is that you know what they said at the end of a loss? I need to figure out ways to get better.
So why you think he's not saying that?
Because his mindset is not of, I got to get better. Now, here's the thing. Joel Embiid is the best thing on the court. We know that.
He came back 20 pounds lighter.
Again, you're not listening. You're reacting, thinking I'm blaming Joel Embiid. I'm just telling you that the organization brought him into this, not his fault. If Joel Embiid was drafted to the Golden State Warriors, we wouldn't even be talking about Joel Embiid like this. I'm telling you that now.
I think you're wrong. Because I think you're trying to say what you're trying to do is you're trying to make it seem like the Sixers. You keep saying, "Oh, it's not Joel Embiid's fault," but it really is. Saying it, it's like saying It's like you teach. It's like if you teach a young boy how to steal cars, right? But you're not telling them to steal cars. But no, say you steal cars, right? And your son see you steal cars. You're not telling him to steal cars, but you putting that mentality into him. So when he get older, you expect him to steal cars. That's stupid.
It is stupid. Here's the thing, right? If you don't understand and you don't know no better, here's the thing. If your kid is watching you do something, right? And you're telling your kid, I want you to do this. And your kid is listening to you because you're asking your kid to do something for you or that you want him to do. And it's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid is, you're sitting there saying your kid not smart enough to make his own decision. Say, I don't care what dad doing. I'm going to just do my own thing.
Exactly, Sam. Why wouldn't it be?
Wait, but did he do it?
How do you know
your kid did it? Snacks. Here's the thing. Besides hold on, I'm gonna tell you why. Besides the Toronto loss, besides that loss when they lost to the Toronto Raptors, when you seen that man with the ugly cry go back to the locker room. Right. What other year have you saw that man be really upset about losing in the playoffs?
You talk. What you're asking me is, do you think he really cared? You don't know if he cared. You don't know.
No,
it's because he.
No. You're not understanding my point. It's not. I'm not sitting here like again. You go to the fact of me blaming him. I don't say that Joel doesn't have a heart to say that he wants to win. I know he would want to win. I know he want to play on the highest clips, but his mindset is not that. Not because of him, but because of what he was asked to do by the organization.
So okay, so let me ask you this, Mark. So
not to go ahead.
So how long was the process? The
process was like 10 years.
Okay, right, 10 years, right? So you telling me all the years that he played basketball to get up to the point of getting. This is before he gets to the Sixers. Before he gets to the Sixers, you learn to be a winner. So that losing stuff that you're talking about, that mentality that you're talking about. So you're trying to say. So you're telling me you try to say he's been learning the winner's mentality. He's been learning the right way, I guess, for all these years. And then he get up to the Sixers, and then they change it. Now he got a losing mentality. So why would he stick with the mentality? Why would he stick with the mentality that he had before the Sixers versus the Sixers if he was more time without the Sixers? Why wouldn't he stick with the mentality that he had before the Sixers? Because you're saying the losing mentality comes from the Sixers, not him. But he was playing before the Sixers. So what about the mentality that he had before the Sixers?
What mentality? Let me ask you this. What mentality did he have before the Sixers?
You tell me. You said he had a loser mentality with the Sixers. So that means if you know that, what was he had a winning mentality? Because he was winning, I guess. Was he a winning mentality because he was a college player and he made it? Like what made it?
No.
What makes him have a?
Again, you're looking at me, and you're looking to blame me and say that I'm telling you that Embiid himself went into a loser mentality on his own.
It don't matter if he did it himself. It don't matter if he.
See here. Listen to me. Mm-hmm. You got this. What I'm saying. You got to listen to me to understand what I'm saying. I'm telling you that this organization tainted Joel Embiid. They tainted look at Markelle Fultz. Hold on. Look at Markelle Fultz. Look at Ben Simmons. Look at the guys that came up in this process. A lot of these guys are not even in the league anymore because they went through this process. My point is that the organization put these guys in situations where they know they didn't want them to win, so they can build the organization to be what it is right now. This is what the end result. Wait. This is the end result of what they wanted for the process. Not maybe not having to get LeBron James to win a championship, but this is the winning that they wanted to do. To have somebody like this in place with Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, that type of culture is what they wanted right now. But they had to sacrifice losing. If you think about what the league is doing, the league is now going after teams for tanking because of what the Sixers. Hold on, Snacks. Let me finish. Because of what the Sixers did, and so in that process, when you have players in that process, and you're asking them not to do or not to win, you start to go out with tunnel vision. And you're playing basketball. Now, Joel, again, here's my point. Joel Embiid has a talent, has a gift. He went out and he played basketball. Was it at the highest clip at all times? No. Why? Because he wasn't put in that situation throughout his whole tenure as a 76er.
Bro, that's the wildest take I think you ever said. Like
No, no, no.
that's not wild. You can first of all, you can't say why. You can't say
Let me
why
finish.
he wasn't playing at that clip.
Let me hold on, Snacks. Let me finish. I'm telling you, not because I'm making it up, not because I'm sitting here saying that I know Joel Embiid's mindset, not because I know any. I'm saying to you, you can look at the man's actions, his body language. You can look at what he does on the court. I can guarantee you that if some of the greats would be able to come on this podcast and hear me say this, that know what I'm talking about, will say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. That man it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his doing. It wasn't something that he came up with. It wasn't something that he said, I'm going to go ahead and just lose. It was something that he was put into because the organization said, I need you to sacrifice for me now so that we could be greater later. But Embiid developed over the years too. He got better over the years. But the point of it all is that when it came down to actually going into your bag and your gut and getting that hard fought win out, Embiid wasn't doing that because he didn't know how to. See,
because of the process, right?
Hold on, because of the process. But hold on.
Okay.
Guys like Jason Tatum, guys like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, all the guys you can sit here and name that won championships, Dwayne Wade, Shaq, Kobe, whoever you want to name, all these guys had that. All these guys did that. No matter what was going on in a game 7, I'm giving you my all. And just like I pointed out earlier with Kobe, how he's slacked up in the second half. But he was killing in the first half, 24 points in the first half. They couldn't stop the man. To only come out with 2 points in the second half. But the point I'm just making to you is that these guys were brought into the league with dog mentality. They was brought into what they came out of college or high school with. They transferred into the league and had greats around them to tell them to keep going, keep digging, keep doing this, keep doing that. Embiid never had that. Embiid didn't come in the league behind a great. He didn't come in the league behind somebody who can tutor him, a vet that could tutor him how to be a professional, how to play the game, how to show up. He wasn't brought into that.
Well, he didn't have Elton Brand. He didn't have Elton Brand. Elton Brand not a vet.
Dude, let me ask you this. Let's be real. No disrespect, Elton. Let's be real. But has he ever been a top 10 power forward in the league?
But you don't need Elton Brand to be that as a mentor or a vet. You don't need a vet to be an all-star. You need a vet to show a young player how to play. But how to conduct himself, not to play.
No, it's not. But see, it's not even about conduct himself, because he knows. Like Embiid is not an asshole off the court. I'm sorry, my name. He's not an idiot. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying to you, his mindset is not the way it should be.
Because of the process.
Because of the process. The process.
So that means any process that he had before the process is out the window.
He never went through a process before this.
How do you know that? So you don't think his college career was a process? You don't think going from Africa to America was a process?
Bro, see, listen.
Again, that makes him a winner.
Again, no. Again, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know you're not listening to me. Because you sitting there saying that I'm saying this, and I'm telling you that Joel Embiid is this. That's what you saying. That's how I know you're not listening.
No. What you said? No, I'm listening.
You said he came from Africa to America. That's a winner. I'm not saying. Listen, bro. You saying that he got this loser mentality from the process, and I'm telling you that's stupid to think, because you're saying that this one part of his life controls his mindset, where any other parts of his life can control his mindset. If you come from Africa and you had nothing, you probably have a mindset of, no matter what they throw at me, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. You might. So that journey that he took to get to the NBA might override the process. That's what I'm saying. That mindset, it might override that. Bro, that's not a process. That was his journey. His journey was coming from Africa, Cameroon, to get to America, to get to NBA.
And it creates a mindset.
No, yeah, that was a journey.
But a journey creates a mindset.
No, bro. Listen, here's the thing. When you go from college, like, so you've seen a lot of great players play at the collegiate level and then go to the NBA and not be as good as they were in college.
Right.
Due to the team, the success of the team, or whatever position the team is in. That's not, they didn't not be who they are. The team, like, think about it, the worst team get the best pick. So a person, a lot of times, unless you're exceptional talent, you don't always go in and win right off the bat. LeBron didn't go in and win off the bat. Nobody actually went in and won off the bat. So the point is that it didn't change. Hold on, it didn't change.
Some people did. Some people did.
Hold on. It didn't change their mentality. They built around those guys. They added pieces to those guys. What they did with Joel Embiid was that, first of all, he was out the first 2 years, and that was because of his foot. But when he came back, it was like, okay, we drafted Ben Simmons, we got Jahlil Okafor, and now we got a bunch of junk around you. So we not putting extras around you to win right now. We're just putting players in position to get what we need so we can get high draft. Remember, they drafted Evan Turner. They had like the number 5. They was the top 10 in the top 10 picks for like the next 2 years of Joel Embiid's career.
So hold on. So Wisconsin wasn't part of the process? Wasn't part? No years. None of his years was part of the process. Maxey?
No, he was coming out of the process.
What about Drew Holiday? What about Drew Holiday? What about Drew Holiday?
Holiday most definitely was in the process, and they got him out of here.
So hold on. Let me finish. Like you said. Let me finish like you said. So Iguodala, listen, Iguodala and Drew Holiday part of the process. So should they have that loser mentality too?
They got out of the process though, bro. You're not understanding.
Oh my God. So but they didn't go through it. So only way you'll have this loser mentality like NBA has is you have to go through the full process. Is that the rule?
No. See, here's what I'm saying to you. See, again, you're not listening to what I'm saying, because you're saying that I'm saying that Joel Embiid came in as a loser.
No, I didn't say that. No, you said the Sixers did that. You said the Sixers created that. And I'm just asking you, did the Sixers do that to anybody else besides Joel Embiid? That's all I'm asking.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. I'm telling you that Joel Embiid, because he went through the process, is that he developed a loser mentality, not because I'm saying it. I didn't make it up. If you ask my brother-in-law Jason, have I been critical of Embiid body language, the way he mopes and all that around the court whenever people miss shots, layups, whatever the case may be? That's the only time you see him showing emotion. When somebody misses a shot, he whatever. You never see that man really show emotion when they lose big games. I gave you one time against Toronto when they lost against Toronto. Because that was a year they should have won when they had Jimmy Butler. That was the one year that man shows any type of emotion when he lost the game. But if you actually look at what he done after that, besides, winning MVP, he's got the skill to do it. But that's when they started coming out the process, because they traded for James Harden. They traded Ben Simmons for James Harden. So they started coming out the process. But all I'm telling you is that right now, in this very moment, once him and LeBron James hit the court and Jaylen Brown hit the court, guess what's going to happen to him? Them two are both going to be in his head. I don't care what you got going on outside of basketball, but between the white lines, I need you locked and focused. And I need you to play the game like it's your last game. Every game that you out there playing, you got to play like it's your last game. Why they feel like that is because he has been a person that, when it comes down to it and things ain't going his way, he's moping, he's pouting, he's not putting his best out there.
You sound like an old man.
No, I'm not an old man. It's the truth.
You sound like an old man.
In Game 7 against Boston 2 years ago, he folded.
This is what happens with old men.
Huh?
This is what happens with old men. Old men think they right no matter what. The old men think they mad. They don't listen to people. They think because let me tell you this. what you're saying that the Sixers did to Embiid. If you think about what you're saying, think about it. If they did it to Embiid, they had to do it to other players because Embiid wasn't the only person on the team.
Can I
So
ask
you're
you
saying,
this?
go ahead. You're not letting me finish, but go ahead.
I'm just no. You go ahead. Go ahead. You're right.
No, go ahead.
Remember, you just said that. No. Go ahead. It's on
So
you.
this is if the Sixers created this culture, the process culture of losing, and it tainted Joel Embiid. But it didn't taint anybody else because if Drew Holiday was because Drew went out and proved that he was a champion and had winner attributes. So did Iguodala, and I don't even know who I got to look up because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up who else was on that team that went to other places and actually succeeded. Because if you use the thinking that you're using, nobody on that team should have a winner mentality. Nobody, because everybody on that team went through the process should have that mentality that Embiid got and show that body language that Embiid got because they went through the process. Unless maybe it's not the process, and maybe that's just the way Embiid acts, like the moping and his body language and all that. Maybe it's not the process. Maybe that's just how he acts, and that's how he acts is how he acts. But to say the Sixers did that to Embiid, and Embiid is one of 14, 15 players, that would mean those other players should have those same implications that Embiid has, but they don't. Or they have not. Go ahead.
Who is on the team now that was there when Embiid first got drafted?
No, nobody.
All right, so you can't. So the point you're making is invalid. You know why? Because they traded. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you why they traded them all away. Embiid is the only one that stayed in that they was really trying to build around with this whole process thing. It was Embiid. They drafted Embiid to build around him. So they had to tank because they wanted to build young. You know what I mean? They wanted to go young. They had to tank. You know this. They had to tank to get Ben Simmons. They had to tank. They had to tank to get Ben Simmons because they wanted a young team that can dominate for years. So my point of it all is that where the process messed up with Joel Embiid is that they should have been ended it a long time ago. They should have really started putting pieces around them because it was years when they traded for Jimmy Butler. They should have signed Jimmy Butler and let Tobias. It was things they should have done to keep Joel Embiid from going through this long, drawn-out process. But they didn't. Because at the end of the day, they were still trying to build the team the way they thought they should build it. And so again, I'm not sitting here saying that Joel Embiid just came from Cameroon to Kansas and just was a loser. He thought he was a loser. No, that's not what I'm describing. I'm saying because of the circumstances that the team put him in, he wasn't in a mindset of winning. Because that's not what the team was doing. That's not what the team was trying to accomplish.
So when they
so you'll sit there and tell me that I'm tripping because you think I'm making it up, and I'm not the only one to say it. It's a lot, not even just Shaq. It's a lot of people that come out and said that the process that the Sixers done hurt the career of Embiid.
What about everybody else? What about everybody else?
Again, nobody has been there as long as Embiid.
That's
nobody.
So
you can't ask about what you're doing. When they traded him before the process started.
No,
you can't ask about Drew Holiday when they traded him 2 years into the process. You can't ask about Markelle Fultz when they fucked him up. When they messed him up and sent him to Orlando or wherever they sent him at.
So that's why I asked you. So the qualifications to be impacted by the process is that you have to go through the full process. So you couldn't be on that team for 2 years and get that mentality. You have to be on the team the whole time. That's what you're saying now. Like what you're doing that's called moving the goalposts. Like it's the process. What you say? The process messed Joel Embiid up, and now is the process messed just Joel Embiid up. What about the other players on the team? Oh no, you had to be on the team. You had to be on a team a certain amount of years for the process to mess you up. That's weird. So what if you on a team 1 years. The process can't touch you. It's like you're immune to the process. If you want it 1 or 2 years,
Can we agree on something? All right. Can we agree on this? Do you think Joel Embiid in a game 7 can give you will has he I'll put it like this? Has Joel Embiid in a game 7 ever showed you that he had the ability to take the game over and win in a game 7? Not in the 6 or 5. What game? What series was that?
I ain't hear the last part you said. Not in the what?
Not in the game 6, game 5, nothing like that. Strictly game 7, winner going home. When have you seen Embiid take a game over in that moment?
Boston.
Last year?
Game 7, yeah.
You saw Embiid take over.
Yeah. I saw him. Yeah, and it was crazy because it was like he took over on one leg. I mean, not one leg. He took over and he wasn't even 100%.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
And to be, and like I said, I ain't got the best memory in the world, but I'm not sure what had, like, I don't, the whole twist of saying in a game 7. So if they didn't make it to a game 7, he get deductions for that. If he dominated the series and got out of the first round, do you say the same thing, or it got to be a game 7 that he dominated, or could he have dominated the series? And could he have dominated the series? Like, I would like to know, who did they beat before they beat Toronto? I mean, when they played Toronto, who did they beat before they played Boston? When Jason Tatum put out, like, when they making it to the rounds, who did they beat, and was he carrying them in? That's what people do. Like, they forget about the games that he won. They only want to think about the games that he won. Go ahead.
No, it's not about the games that he didn't win. I'm not trying to see. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to crush Joel Embiid. I'm really not. I think Joel Embiid has the ability to be a killer when it counts. Like, really, like, just do what he wants, because nobody can stop him. If he can score 70 points in one game, like, nobody, it's obvious nobody can stop him. Once Embiid is in that mode of you can't stop me, or somebody is telling me that you're better than me, because you've seen him do it against Jokic, you've seen him do it against Wemby, you've seen him do it against Karl Anthony Towns, you've seen him doing it against a lot of the centers that people are saying is better than him, or not even that they're better than him, but they stand to give him the most trouble.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, only thing I'm describing about Embiid is the fact that when you see him in the game 7, now I'm gonna stand corrected, because last year against Boston he had 34 and 12. I'm gonna stand corrected in that game 7, but because he did have a good game in game 7, and I'm not saying he had. I wasn't even trying to say he had a bad game in game 7.
What, you ain't believe me though?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not listening. You gotta stop that. We gotta work that. We gotta work on that. I'm not trying to say that he didn't have a good game or a dominant game against Boston. What I'm saying to you is that a lot of his success is based off somebody else having success too.
But ain't that team ball?
No. I'm not. See, again, I didn't say it wasn't. So you don't have to huff and puff and say, like, I'm saying something different.
So why you saying?
No, because at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is that when I keep using the same example, and you're not getting it, because at the end of the day, you want it to be me have a problem with Joel. You want to have a problem with Tyrese Maxey. I don't want to have a problem with with Joel Embiid. I'm just pointing out the obvious, because again, in Game 7 against Boston 2 years ago, the same 34 and 12 that he had against Boston this past series or last year, where was that when Jason Tatum was going off for 61?
See how you can say where was that? See how you can say where was that when he had this? But when I say where was anything with Maxey against New York, is he was doubling. So they wasn't doubling Maxey. You don't think they was doubling Joel then?
No, but see, and you're most likely you're right. I'm not saying that they were. See, again, I'm not making the excuse you are. They could have been double teaming Joel Embiid, right? Very well could have been double teaming Joel Embiid. But how many times during a regular season have you seen Joel Embiid beat double teams?
I don't know. A lot.
So that's the point. All I'm saying to you is that I want to see Joel Embiid mindset change. He out of the process. The process is over. That's no longer an excuse. That's no longer a part of the journey no more. That's not. It's gone. I want to see Joel Embiid this year, and me and you gonna watch some games together so that we like literally. I'm gonna come down there. You come up here maybe a Friday night or something, and sit on the couch and we sit there. You can get the hen rock flowing, and I'll drink my Sam's Club vodka, and we go get to it. But at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is I want to see Embiid come out all year long and into the postseason with their ferocious, dominant mindset. Not the game, because I know he can dominate the game. I want his mindset to be on 1,000.
So what's the point of having the mindset if your game ain't there?
His game has already been there. I wouldn't say that
What
about
if
it if his game wasn't there. I would say I want his game to be in 1,000. But his game is already. I know Joel can go out and dominate at any given point in time. I just need him his mindset to believe that he can dominate, and that's what I'm telling you.
Because you seen him dominate, right?
Yeah, I've seen him dominate. See, again, that's what I'm
In the
saying.
playoffs, right? No, I ain't
I've never
finished.
seen him dominate in the playoffs. I never seen him dominate.
So when they beat Toronto, when they went to Toronto, right, and they lost that game 7, do you remember his stats in that series?
I can look it up.
Or even better, who did they play before they beat Toronto? Because that was the second round.
I think they played like Orlando.
You see, but this is why I say that. I said people always remember the bad. They always remember the bad, not the good. So we're gonna remember Embiid crying. We're gonna remember him losing. And like you said, we don't even know if it went to game 7, the series before that. We don't know if he dominated or not. We don't know if he dominated or not. We don't remember right off top.
Let me humbly stop you right there and tell you, in the 1 versus 8 series, you shouldn't even be going to game 7. I don't even think they went to game 7 in that 1-8 series.
Right, because he probably dominated.
But the point, no, you're supposed to. You're supposed to dominate. No. You're supposed to dominate the easy matchups. You're supposed to dominate the easy matchups, and he does do a good damn job of dominating the easy matchups. It's when the person
and the hard ones.
It's doing it. Yeah, not always the hard ones. He did 34 last year, but that was with that series last year. Jason Tatum didn't play in the last game. Hold on.
Drink some water, bro.
Jason Tatum didn't play in that last game.
How did the Sixers? They went to the playoffs last year. Embiid and Paul George led them against the Boston. The year before that, did we make the playoffs?
Yeah.
And that's you saying
no,
that's the
we
first.
didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't.
And you saying that's the first year that Maxey led them. That was his team.
No. That was yeah.
So
meaning when I say that was because Embiid was hurt. I think he only played 24 games that year.
Mm-hmm.
Maxey played. I think he played a little bit more, but they kept him out after I think February.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because the finger injury. But
Right.
last year was the year that he really ascended to the fact of saying, okay, I mean, we saw him rise consistently every year. But last year, to me, he took it over and said, this is me. So, let's do this. Let's end the live, and we can finish this and talk about it off air.
But no, we're gonna pause it and finish it next week because we don't want to miss this.
All right, I got you on that. Hold on, we're going in the live. Y'all come back. We was two and a half hours again, talking sports, talking Eagles, talking Sixers, talking LeBron, talking Maxey. We got some Maxey haters out here. I appreciate everybody that came in. Jermaine, Kyra, Smitty, everybody who showed up. My man Maurice, Westfield Worldwide. Everybody that came in and just engaged with the show. I appreciate everybody who's showing up. Snacks, give them your whatever you got to say. Your closing remarks.
I like this one. This one was a good one. Listen, this definitely was my best hour of the week. Top Shelf, come enjoy us again next week, 8:30. the best hour of the week. Your yak, whatever, you know, bring it with, next Saturday, bring it with you, and we're gonna do it again. And I'm gonna listen.
Oh, you don't need to bring it.
I ain't gonna stop, and it's gonna be just as crazy next week. And y'all gonna be like, yeah, bro, Snacks is tripping. But listen, it is what it is. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
I'm gonna clip that. If StreamYard do clip that, because I'm gonna play that back from Snacks is tripping. That's what he just said. All right, I got confirmation. All right, I heard it here first. I got confirmation. That's what the man said. Snacks is tripping. But anyway, we're gonna get up out of here. See y'all next week. Same time, same place. Be there, be square. We'll be live at 8:30 next Friday. Be on the lookout for us talking any Eagles, Sixers, everything sports Philly. We're going to be talking about it. It's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk. My man Snacks. We out of here. Peace.
Flyers, Phillies, let's talk about them. Sixers, Eagles, let's talk about them. What the Union doing? Pull up with the crew and have a drink or two and let's talk about them. This a PHI bar. Bruce Willis, we die hard. I know you feel us, cause Philly fans is the best sports fans by far. No cheating here, we gon' keep it fair. You don't like my set? Somebody help them. This the key, if we can disagree without disrespecting, everybody welcome. So what we talking about? Practice? What we talking about? Let's unpack this. Top Shelf Sports Talk. Lights, cameras, we active.